All right. What's up? What's up? I think we're live. Shows we got 4 viewers, and welcome. I'm assuming Robert's coming because I guess he mentioned starting earlier. So we'll see. But
Can't even make it late. What the fuck?
I was honestly, we got a blizzard, so I shoveled my whole driveway twice already. Once this morning, once at noon. And I was laying down. I was like, man, I could take a nap. And I watched an episode of Star Trek Deep Space Nine, watched some YouTube. I was like, let me turn on. I finally turned on Prime 4 for the first time. It had to be a month.
Really?
Going from Dark Souls, not so remastered, to Prime 4 was holy shit. Talk about just like making a game look like you want a game to look even better than it already does. Like go from sometimes decent looking 7th gen remaster, then go to like the best HDR ever in a game with like Prime 4. And the cinematics look phenomenal. And, I'm just like, wow, like this looks phenomenal.
It is a beautiful looking game.
I did the I fought the boss in the ice region. It was a decent boss. It was the best one so far. Got the speed boost in the ice beam, and twice now I've gone back to the volcano. I'm thinking, all right, it's time to go through this section. I got the ice beam now, and nope, you can't traverse the lava. You got to go somewhere else. Like, God damn it! It's twice I've driven there, and haven't been able to proceed. Luckily, Mackenzie told me where to go before I was even.
But I'm confused. I watched an entire video about how this is not Metroid Prime.
I will say it's a bit annoying because I didn't.
The entire video.
There's a wall of lava blocking
me. Turn off that bullshit.
There's a wall of lava blocking me and said I need to get the ice beam. So I go back with the ice beam and then I get further and then it tells me I can't traverse this lake of lava. So that is very un-Metroid-like, where you access a new area only to be told that you can't actually access 2 rooms later. So that was, I would say that's not Metroid like. Usually you have access to an area, you get the the ice beam, you're gonna be able to go, a decent.
But you can't make an hour video out of that.
No,
one thing you're talking about.
That's like a 1 minute
video with screens, and
I've already covered it.
And
like
people, they know how it is. These YouTube people, man, somehow making hour-long videos off of something they could discuss in 2 minutes.
I will say though, like it was a bit of a like, oh man, like that's kind of annoying, but I wasn't like gonna cry over it. It's just a fact.
I'm enjoying the shit out of this game. I haven't enjoyed a Metroid game or Metroid Prime game this much since Prime 1 probably. I'm having a blast.
Yeah, I'm about 6 hours in. I got the ice, obviously, which you get the Morph Ball boost pretty much right after, and then I was like, all right, got some new access, but I had to get dinner ready and before the podcast, so I turned it off, and I'm pretty sure I got to go back to get an upgrade at the facility where Viola is built. That's where Mackenzie told me to go, and so we'll see. I don't know.
Forge, right? That's called.
Oak Forge.
I will say, like, it is cool. The 4 like distinct areas, like in the distance, there are those what do you want to call them? Things in the distance, like to head towards.
To get you to, I want to get over
this, so you can know, what direction you're.
Scenic cues.
So yeah, but to that, like 40 minutes of, it was an hour I played that versus like 31 hours in Dark Souls in the last 2-3 weeks. It's like I can't stop playing that game.
Yeah.
something about
Well, you
those.
gotta play Dark Souls 2 and 3. You can't skip
I
because
just
some
watched
people
a
Can't
play
vid.
stop
2s.
there.
I just watched a video on Dark Souls 2. Yeah, I'm not playing that game. Like the changes they made.
Man,
Take the frustrating parts of Dark
that
Souls.
YouTuber had that much stronghold on you. That's whoever that guy is.
A guy who laid out, tested all the like, he didn't just complain about stuff. He had platinum the game. I think 96 hours, and he literally
Oh, it
tested
still
the
is good.
damage, showed you all the reasons. Wasn't just like, oh, I don't like the game because it's more frustrating. Like showed you all the design changes they made that just add to the frustration. Which there's enough frustration in first Dark Souls that's like takes you to your breaking point, and like to like ramp that up in every way. It's just like, what were they thinking? He said there's a lot of good stuff that they did going forward, but I'm just like Dark Souls. It's keeps me playing, but the jank is there of the earlier game, and they've made a lot of improvements since then. But it's just I'm stubborn about like giving up. But there were a couple times where I was like, what the hell? Like, why would they decide to do this? And so I'll go straight to Dark Souls 3, and that would be the last one, honestly, for me until the Night Rain. I'm not really counting personally.
It's amazing. I mean, again, like I was just, but like you played every single one, but you just like you would refuse to play Dark Souls 2. Like it's that.
Yeah,
From what you see, you feel it's that bad to the point where like I would be too annoyed.
So the biggest one of the I'd say some of the bigger, like, oh my god, that's ridiculous. Like basically cut your invisibility frame or invisibility while dodge rolling in half, and like the amount of upgrading in one specific stat just to get that to where it's default, like it doesn't change in any of the other games.
For like one.
It's like it's like 11 frames in Dark Souls. It's 5 frames in Dark Souls 2, and to get it to 11 frames, you basically have to use, I forget exactly how many levels used to this one thing. That's all it does is boost your dodge frame. It doesn't even tell. I don't even know if the game tells you that. It's just what people figured out. When you could be instead of just and then having your endurance, you upgrade your endurance, and that makes it so you can carry more weapons or heavier equipment. And also your stamina. Well, now they broke those into two, so now you have a stamina bar and you have your weight thing, and it's just like they just added a lot of, we made fun of this last week, tediousness to it, and for no reason. Obviously, they stopped doing that, but just a couple more things. Like, I don't remember the whole thing, but I was like, are you kidding me? The level design is like, you'd love this, Rob. So there's the last half of the game. You unlock these 3 doors, and if you go to the first one that's closest, you go fight a boss, nothing happens. You don't get anything, just souls, obviously. And you leave, and then you find the other 2 areas, and then you're just like, where the hell do you go? You got to go back to that room. No other point in any other Souls game do you have to go back to the same room. That's where you fight the final boss, and there's no indication that you should ever go back there. And I'm like, are you fucking kidding me? So people have figured it out, obviously.
Yeah.
But he's like, I literally.
It makes you go like, what the fuck?
He goes, I literally had to look it up. He's platinum every game to that point. This is the last one, and he couldn't figure out what to do. And I'm like,
I don't. Some decisions in games, you just scratch your head, man. You're like, what the hell were they thinking?
What the fuck were they thinking?
It's like, just you fight that boss the first time, then there be another door that you can't access.
Yeah,
with a key.
Just like you would think that's so simple in terms of that.
I mean, I'm like Dark Souls 1. There's things where I was like, all right. I ended up in an area like it's pretty open. Like I was surprised how non-linear it is. I'm in this Tomb of the Giants, and it's just a bunch of skeletons, like these skeleton giant dog things. They can one-shot you. And giant skeletons, they're really tough. Luckily, I had this I don't know, I got it from a dragon's tail or slicing off a dragon's tail. I have this really high damage weapon that I didn't have to have my strength up too high to be able to carry and use. If I didn't have that, I didn't think you could leave. I'm like, all right, I just got to progress. The only way forward is through. There's no turning back because I slid down some stuff, and I'm like, oh, there's no way I can get back. I spent 2 hours making no progress because you get one shot, you lose your soul. You go back to go get your souls, you get one shot, you lost all your progress. So I said, you know what? I'm gonna kill these 3 guys in the beginning. They're fairly close, and I'm just gonna go back to the bonfire, reset, kill those 3, reset, and I had to do it like I think 3 times each cycle to be able to level up. I leveled up 3 stats. It doesn't make a huge difference. And by that point, I was better at handling them. So I finally made it to the end, and there's a golden door that I can't access. I'm like, I got to be missing something. So I'm gonna watch a guide of this area, and the only thing I missed was this freaking ladder next to these 2 enemies that takes you out that you could actually leave the area. Otherwise, I got through everything. I found everything in that area. And you're meant to come back like late in the game. That's a late game area. And I was like, well, what do I know? I didn't mind the experience. So I get out of there, and now I'm just like, I'm so overpowered now because I'm so used to these tough enemies. And I figured out where to go, and then I went to this lava area, another gold gate after I got all the way through. So I have to trek. There's no fast travel, so you got to trek all the way back. And I was like,
do enemies respawn
when you rest at bonfires.
Oh, that's right. When you rest.
I'd be curious, like, if there's a threshold, like if somebody was so good that they just could dodge every attack. If you could go and just play the game and just have all the enemies killed in every area, I don't know if that's possible. Like, you'd have to be like ridiculous master at the game to try it. But there's times where you find a new bonfire. Another thing about Dark Souls that sucks, whereas the new games, you find the bonfire, you light it. If you die, you don't start there. You start back at the one you rested at. You have to rest at it. Whereas in Elden Ring, I could be mistaken. I swear you can just activate it without resting, and you'll start there. Plus, it has fast travel anyway.
Got you.
So I lit the bonfire. I was like, I don't want to respawn all these enemies. I got this whole area cleared out.
For sure.
I just want to keep going and searching. I got to the boss. I died, and I was like, this bonfire was so far away. I was like, are you freaking kidding me? So the original game,
like the Jedi games.
Yeah, I give them credit. Like, a lot of the stuff in Dark Souls made it into Elden Ring. So it's like they didn't change the formula. Like, they got it in the first. Well, technically, Demon Souls was the first attempt, but Dark Souls was like them breaking away from making. They couldn't bring the Demon Souls IP. I don't know if you know the story, but Demon Souls, Sony obviously got From Software. They worked together with PlayStation Studios or Japan Studios, made the game, and then From Software they liked that style of game. They wanted to keep making it, so they had to just change the name to Dark Souls so they could make it. And then it was like, oh, this one's going to be on Xbox. Everyone's like, the sequel to Demon Souls. But basically, they just kind of started over with a very similar. Anyway, I can't stop playing. It's whatever it is. Like, when I get home from work, I'm like, I'm gonna turn Dark Souls on as soon as I'm done eating. Like, that's just the drive. Some games are like that.
Absolutely.
And I will say, no knock to Metroid or any Metroidvania style games. Most of the games, even my favorite ones, like even Silk Song, like, it's not like, oh, I can't wait to get home and punish myself some more with Silk Song. I love playing it. I turned it on, but I wasn't like, oh, I can't wait to get home. I gotta get through this area. But that's what the From Software games do to me. It's like, I have to.
Which is funny because those are hard as shit.
They're hard, but there's something about the Metroidvania style games because you get lost. I feel like I get lost even more in those style games, and I'm like, I just need to take a break, and I'll come out with fresh eyes. But anyway, we got Matthew. I haven't seen him in a while. What's up, man? Lenny, Visored, and Aries, and 12 Feet. What's up?
Yo.
Yeah, last week I was working on building another subwoofer for my home theater, and I took 4 days. I took 2 days plus the weekend because I had like 6 projects going on for my home theater, smaller, not huge ones. And I was like, told my boss on Thursday, I was like, dude, I'm up till midnight every night this week. I'm not getting much done. I need a 4-day week. I hate taking vacation the first week of January. First week of the year.
That's
I
true,
just
yeah,
need a
me
couple extra days. So Thursday night I worked late. Friday morning to night. Saturday morning, night, and then Sunday there's a couple hours where I found some time to do some gaming, and then Monday I was like, I'm painting this, and I actually, even though the podcast wasn't happening, I still rushed it, and I met my clear coat. I didn't get a perfect coat on it, so once the weather warms up, I'm just gonna take the woofer back out and sand it down and redo it. But got that done, got some other stuff done, and I was like, all right, I can breathe a sigh of relief. Like, I got these things done off my list of things to do, and then this weekend, I did nothing. So, just played some video games and shoveled some snow.
That's not nothing.
Yeah.
That is not nothing. Yeah.
Didn't watch any movies, though, unfortunately. Just didn't work out. I had a guy over yesterday he used to chase my ex-girlfriend. Like, he wanted her bad. That's the only way I knew him initially. He was friends with my girlfriend's brother and his group of friends. He was kind of a second tier. Like, he wasn't like his main group of friend, but this dude was chasing after my girl back in the day. He's a nice guy, but I wasn't like close with him or anything. But he messaged me after like 17 years since I've talked to him. He's like, "Hey, I'm back in West Michigan. I watch all your videos. I'm building a multi-purpose home theater. It's going to have a bar, but it's going to be for University of Michigan football games on Saturdays, and then we want to watch movies. I love your input." And so I was like, cool. I start talking to him. Well, he's paying a guy called the Integrator to like do all these designs and stuff. And I'm looking at these designs, and I'm like, I don't know about that, man. I start questioning a few of the things. And I think maybe he was like, oh shit, like I don't want to be told like everything I'm doing is wrong, because then I didn't hear from him for a couple weeks. But I just said, you know what, I got this stuff done. I said, hey, so dude, why don't you come over? I'll show you what I did here. Let you see the room. He's not going for a dedicated blacked out room or anything, but I just want to show you what's possible. And he was just like, I never experienced. I'll read what he said, but he's like, usually when I watch movies, he's like, I'm on my phone or whatever. He goes, I cannot stop looking at this screen. Like, he's like, I'm so invested in these movie scenes. But he said, I've never experienced anything like that before, from his limited experience. So he gave it 100 out of 100. But I know I'm not. I know it's not 100 out of 100, but it was just cool to see a first timer just be like, holy shit. And then I got that subwoofer that I built, put it right behind the seat so you just really feel it. It's called a near field sub. And he's like, this is what I want. This is what I want. This is exactly what I want in mind. But he's got a really long room. He wants a bar. Obviously, it's wife and kids. They're not going to black out the ceiling or anything. So he's got dark navy blue for Michigan colors, is the dark as he can go. But he's like, yeah, I hope I could get something close to that. But anyway, it was just cool. He loved the Ready Player One race sequence. I'm so sick of that. I didn't want to watch it, but he wanted to watch it. So
It's so good the first few times.
But Dune Part 2, let me tell you, dude, like that just never disappoints. Like, now that I have this extra like tech, like bass shaking my couch, it's just so freaking, it's so good. It's so good. But yeah, so that was fun yesterday. And then yeah, other than that, Robert, you went to Universal again? Is that the same one you went to before?
Yeah, well, it was a birthday / Christmas gift for my family. It was a few days at Universal for Epic specifically. And I mean, look, I could be there all the time.
I just didn't know if is there one in California yet with the.
There's a California, but it's a much smaller Universal. Not if you're thinking Epic Universe. No, Epic Universe is only in Orlando. Like, that's the new third park, and it's only gonna be there for forever. Really,
okay.
I mean. But like that's like a whole new theme park that's meant to be like the most immersive theme park ever, and taking IPs and making just pure worlds out of them. And It's phenomenal, man. I fucking love
Is
that.
that the one with the Avatar, or is that a different one?
No, that's Disney. That's in Animal Kingdom. And that's I always said that's probably my least favorite Disney land. While that's the best place in Animal Kingdom, that's the only place in Animal Kingdom that's pretty cool is that Pandora stuff.
Yeah, even
And
retro.
even the
kinda
rides
like
themselves aren't actually very good. To be
Yeah, it
honest
didn't
with
look
you.
like they did a lot with it, but some of the stuff actually looked cool. Like
Oh, it's
just to
incredible
look at.
looking, but it's not. It's only it's one portion of Animal Kingdom. And Animal Kingdom, there's not a lot. It's like a half-day park, to be honest with you. But yeah, the Epic Universe. Oh, it's so good. It's incredible with the whole obviously Super Nintendo world. The Donkey Kong stuff is awesome, and you got the How to Train Your Dragon. You got the Monsters area.
This
You
man
got.
just asked if Avatar was at Universal.
Well, I mean,
I mean,
they
nowadays
got
Super,
weird
you
stuff
can
there, though, don't they? Got
at
like
this point, like even Universal still has some older leftovers that Disney now owns, like the Simpsons stuff and
Yeah.
isn't Harry Potter at the Universal? Like that's
yeah,
That's
which
Warner
is Warner
Brothers.
Brothers, but they've partnered for decades at this
Warner
point.
Brothers doesn't have a park.
Yeah, so they've partnered for decades, and
Other
even
than
the new Epic Universe
Six
has like a Harry
Flags.
Potter area, also a new Harry Potter area, which is amazing.
not to
looking.
change it completely, but I see there's some Lego Zelda stuff. I don't know if it came out
Oh,
or it's coming
Looks
out.
so cool. Did you see the trailer?
The trailer's cool. The Lego sets.
Trailer's very cool.
I'm a bit of a Lego snob. Like I was a huge Lego kid when I was younger. Obviously, I have a few sets now, and I get it. Something like that. They're probably making it more to be something kids can play with and stuff. I'm more of a like I wanted something that would look good on a shelf, like when it's done, like almost like a collectible. But it's better. I would say it's better than the Mario stuff. The Mario stuff was just like it's just
Well,
very.
it depends. There was a lot of like there was the Bowser one that was meant for like adults. That was a big Bowser.
Yeah,
one.
I
don't
didn't
know if
see
you
that
saw it.
one. I saw like the chunkier like the Mario stuff. But I will say there's a scale size Game Boy Lego set that looks almost like a real Game Boy. But
Yeah, it
it's
looks cool.
like is it like 70-80 bucks, and it's literally scale size, so it's tiny, and I'm like I don't
Yeah.
think I could pull the trigger on that, but it'd be cool to have.
I mean they have that like I see it's based on like Ocarina of Time, and they got the whole Ganon, and it looks crazy. But like I mean,
They
I
got
just
the
like the
Great
trailer. I
Deco
was
Tree.
like, bro, this looks amazing. I would see some shorts of them making some Lego shorts based around like Zelda. So that looks
Well,
really cool.
this says the Great Deco Tree, and if this is real, it's 300. It's on Amazon, $300. This thing looks
Yep.
pathetic. I'm sorry, that's a sad looking Deco tree.
Well,
That is,
I mean, a lot of Lego sets are super expensive, man.
but 300 usually gets you a huge, very intricate, like 8,000 pieces.
Yeah.
This,
Well, how many pieces is this?
I don't know how many pieces, but the tree itself is kind of disappointing. I like the small stuff. The
This
stuff.
says 2,500 pieces, I guess.
It's not terrible, but price wise for the scale of it, I mean, I like I said,
The original
Yeah.
price.
yeah. This
Yeah,
is
it's
the
300.
Amazon
Yeah.
price.
I'm on Lego.com. That's the
So,
price.
yeah.
300.
Oh my god.
Let me.
129 for the final battle of Ocarina of Time.
That's just
That's 1,003.
that's a bit
pieces.
much. 300 usually gets you a really elaborate like. I think this huge like DeLorean from Back to the Future is like 200, and it's like super detailed.
Hmm.
Let's see. But a lot of them like they only go on sale for a while, and then you have to buy them after like it's like a limited time. Doesn't
I think I'm not
stay
into Lego.
forever. So then like the big Millennium Falcon's just like people are asking ridiculous. So is it a remote control? The DeLorean for $200? Let me see.
I don't know. I'm looking at ones that are like that they consider 18 plus. This one, look at this: Venusaur, Charizard, and Blastoise, 6,838 pieces, right? $650. Shit.
Yeah, Legos, they don't fool around.
No, they do not. Goddamn.
So this DeLorean,
It's
it's not as big as I thought, but this is $200. That's a pretty legit looking. That's a well designed Lego car. Usually Lego cars
Yeah.
they have to make a lot of compromises, but that's pretty cool for two. I mean, it's
Yeah.
still not worth 200, but like
1,000. What does that say? 1,800.
this is 1900, just under 19 or just over. Let's see,
I'd like to get me a nice
1872.
DeLorean model.
So
I've never done Lego, man, like that. I mean,
I-
that shit is crazy.
Yeah,
Dude,
I'm
I
not
just-
into Lego like
I
that.
just love putting things together, man. I don't, you know.
I'm sure it'd be a lot of fun, to be honest with you. I just never done it.
What I don't like though
Well,
is
I like models. I like building like models and shit, but I don't like.
I've always
I
loved
don't,
Lego.
I don't want Legos.
That's my main thing about GI Joe is when you get it, you put the things together. You take the pieces, you cut them out, and you put everything together. I love that more, almost probably more than anything else. So the Game Boy's only $60. That's not too bad. But this, I mean, it even
Yeah, I saw
takes
that.
it
I
even
saw that a
takes
couple
like
days
an
ago at
actual
Walmart.
cartridge can slip in there, I believe. Doesn't do anything.
They got a
but-
Lord of the Rings, The Shire, $270.
There's a Tuxedo Cat I want. It's like $80. It's like a scale size cat. But I don't know, man. The Zelda, that's a bit pricey. It's not the most appealing visually. The Deku trees looking kind of.
I think the Ganon one looks cool. The final battle looks pretty cool.
But yeah, they get you with Lego. Anything Lego's pretty expensive.
Holy shit! Avengers Tower, 5,201 pieces, $500. Dang.
Well, look at there's like a big Millennium Falcon one. I don't think they make it anymore, but I think that was going for closer to 1,000.
Oh, let's go. There's a thing where you go. Oh, here it goes. So there's a of course Lego has a filter that you can price from high to low. Sure. So
Well, you got to look at
they have
there. You got a couple of them. There's one that's not available anymore. It's huge.
well, yeah, there's one that says backwards.
Right here.
7,541 pieces of Millennium
Yep.
Falcon, $849. Dang.
You can get it right now for 12 or 11.27. They have
This is
a
out of stock for 11.27.
they have a Star Destroyer that's huge. That's probably more. Look
Yeah,
that up.
the Death Star.
There's a Death Star too.
9,023 pieces for $999. It's out of stock.
They have a Star Destroyer as well. That's huge. $2,000 on eBay.
Jeez.
It's 10,200. No wait, it's only 3,152 pieces because it's all big flat pieces. But it's a huge set. Like it's like scale wise, it's pretty big.
You got some
Yeah.
cool Harry Potter ones.
I'd love to
There's
have
a
those things, you know, but I don't got
Hogwarts Castle one, 6,000 pieces. That's pretty
Put
cool.
all that shit
shit. Let me check the chat here. We're getting in the
all
Zelda
that
or
shit in-
Lego.
storage.
Yeah, yeah.
Imagine though,
Yeah, we're
like
gonna
you
put
want a Lego Zelda for Christmas, you're a kid, and it's like your parents got to throw down $300 for this. I'm sorry, in my opinion, not very.
It wasn't like that
Interesting.
before. It was like $60 before.
Well, to be fair, these are the adult ones, the ones that are 18 plus. So they're
Little
like, no.
kids.
This is the adult money one.
Yeah.
We gonna
It's
rob
only
you
adult because
motherfuckers.
you have to have a job, a good,
Right.
pretty good job.
Kids can't afford this shit.
I
Grandma
still
ain't paying
like
for this shit.
this is how much I love putting stuff together. I still remember I got it was like a rescue helicopter set. I mean, I don't know how old I was, probably early teens. It was yellow, and I'm not exactly sure what like real life thing it was supposed to be. It wasn't licensed, so it wasn't trying to be like Coast Guard or anything. I still remember like putting on like the front like curved or slanted like piece like of the front. Like I can still visually remember the first time I put that together, like, 35 years ago. It's still just like vivid in my mind. Unfortunately,
Sorry, man. We were holding them.
I left my Lego pieces at my parents' house, and they gave them to frickin' my cousins, and then my sister took stuff, and I ended up with nothing. And they were my frickin' Lego. All the Legos were mine. It's not working. I'm trying to open this.
No, this is the one that has the most pieces on the website, which is the Eiffel Tower one. It's as tall as this damn dude for 10,000 pieces. Damn.
See, I'd love that, but I just have nowhere to put
That
it.
does look pretty.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's
where
not-
do you put that?
I
It would
can't
literally be
open it.
like, damn.
In the thumbnail, I can see kind of what it is, but when I click
Oh,
on
it's
it,
just not popping up for you. All right.
nothing happens.
don't see shit.
I one thing I did go to Legoland when I was in Japan, and that that's where you have these people making these massive hundreds of thousands of pieces that take thousands of hours, and you're just like, holy shit, this is amazing looking. You're like, I don't know, where do you even begin? There's no instructions on that. They just these people are just making these.
Well, I love the Lego Masters on Fox, but it started getting just like all the reality shows. You get all these. They bring the people on.
It's still on?
Yeah, but they got Will Arnett's not host anymore, and then it became too much about like they just a lot of the groups were just influencers. That some of them did Legos and others were just they had a Lego expert, and then they were just like a popular influencer type person. I'm like, I want to see maybe there's just not enough like genuine Lego lovers that go to competitions anymore to like have them have enough each season, but there's some. I mean, these people they got to build it from their imagination. I was not good at that. I can't draw from my imagination, and I sucked at putting stuff together, like Legos and stuff. I like to follow the directions. Lenny's mom gave Legos to Goodwill. Yeah, my cousin, he won't even give them back. Like I mentioned it, and he's like, no, I'm giving them to my kids. Like those were all mine.
Wait.
My parents.
So these are your stuff?
Well, not some of it's his, but my dad just gave them because they're way younger. Not way younger, but he's like in his early mid 30s at this point. I don't know exactly how old he is, but for years, my sister was like, she has some, but he got the majority of it. I'm like, those were all mine. Because I left them at my parents' house when I moved.
Bro, I'd be pissed. I'd be like, man, they say your kids, this is mine. What you mean?
What would I do with them, to be honest? Like, maybe I would try to build
show
something.
them off. You put them, display them somewhere.
I do have a few Lego sets.
Yeah.
Nothing down here, though.
I was going to say, where would you put them shits? Because, I mean, I don't have a blueprint schematic of your crib, but I couldn't think of anywhere like
that
you could like display them.
I'd actually replace these stupid amiibos and stuff back here. Do some cool Lego stuff.
It's the principle, man. I'd be like, man, if your kids ain't playing with it,
well, he just had kids finally, like a couple years ago. He had his first, so.
Oh.
But
there you go.
He also got my NES from my grandpa, and then for years he wouldn't give it back to me. And then I told this summer I was like talking about how I restored the NES. He's like, "Oh, yeah, that old NES was we put it out in the shed outdoors, and it was all moisture out there, and it got all ruined."
Oh my god!
I'm like, for years, 10 years ago, I asked if I could have it back, and he acted like he wanted. He was like precious to him. Jesus. And so I was talking about it, and he could care. Like I could tell he wasn't interested at all, and I'm like. Then he finally, I said,
these people.
Well, if yours, if you don't know if it works or whatever, he's like, oh no, I haven't had that for years. Like, all that stuff just was out in the shed. Like, we get a lot of rain and stuff, and it's like it wasn't like obviously it had a roof on it, but it was just. I'm like, are you kidding me? All these years, and you just had it out in the shed, and who knows where it is now? Like, so.
See, luckily, my sister, she. Her ex-boyfriend bought a Switch, the Animal Crossing edition one. It's her ex, so they broke up, or whatever, and she didn't keep it. She gave it to me. So I got the dock. I don't have the Switch, but I have the dock that I've always wanted, with the Tom Nook and everything. I'm like, oh hell yeah, I'll take it. It wasn't like, oh, I can't give it away. This is mine. No, it's like, I'm not gonna use it here. You want it? I'm like, hell yeah, I want that.
Now what if he wants it back?
That separately at one point.
I asked my nephew for my.
Bullshit right there.
I asked my nephew for Excitebike 64 and something else. One of my yellow N64 controller a couple years ago, and then he said he'd look for it, but then he never heard from him. Well, then my mom was asking about the Harry Potter movies. I was gonna give them to her for Christmas, so I didn't. I just was like playing it cool, like I was going to let her keep going down that path. And he's like, oh, my mom's garage, there's so much stuff in there. It's piled floor to ceiling. I'll never find anything. And I'm like, well, I ain't ever going to ask to look for that freaking N64 stuff then, because I'm sure it's gone or it's ruined at this point.
Yeah.
I didn't care for that game. Never liked it. But I thought it'd be cool just to have it back in the collection at this point.
For sure. Is
But
that what it
Oh,
is?
now I was trying to. Who said that? Oh yeah, 12 feet. No, no, that wasn't the. This isn't the platinum one. Or excuse me, it is the platinum one. It's not the Resident Evil one though. It's just a regular platinum GameCube. He's asking if I
oh,
had the
they made
Terminator.
a Resident Evil one.
Uh, yeah,
I didn't know that.
it's pretty rare.
Did you see what's his name? Tronic Fix. He had the pretty rare. I think it's Metal Gear Solid PS4 Slim, where it's like blue and gold and black. I didn't even know that thing existed. And he put a new board in it because he needed the chip need to be reset, which he doesn't have the equipment for. And I was like, that was a pretty cool looking. It didn't look like Metal Gear at all. I don't know what the red and gold represents for Metal Gear 5, but
Gold.
Well, I think that's his arm. Remember, he's got like a red arm.
Oh yeah,
probably. I know there was like
probably what it is.
they did a Batman PS4, like the original PS4. I think it was for Arkham Knight. I don't remember how in depth that was. Then they did a Destiny 2 PS4 before the Slim. It was like white. But after that, they did quite a few like special editions, and I know they tried a couple with the PS5. It just sometimes just making it like an all red or something. Just for me, I'm not interested in that. It'd have to just be really cool looking, like a great color scheme with a really cool art or something on it. But even then, I've never bought a second system other than like upgrade, like the DS or the 3DS Lite, 3DS XL, or not DS Lite, sorry, DS XL to 3DS to 3DS XL to new 3DS XL. Like that's the only time I upgraded, like buy the same system twice is to buy an upgraded version and get rid of the old one. I've never just bought a special edition system of a system I already owned.
Yeah, me too.
I've never bought a special edition period of a system. Thinking about it.
Did you see though the new 3DS XLs have been going up in price?
Yeah, I've
I know
heard that.
you've probably seen that for sure.
I still got mine, man. That battery stays
Yeah.
charged too. I touched it for 2
Yeah.
years and it still had
So much for buying a special edition of a
What
fucking
the fuck?
3DS.
Oh man.
What
Yeah.
happened?
Bullshit. It was in my pocket, and it was a hot day, and it bitch just started bubbling up. The fucking
Really?
Dude.
That
Yeah.
sucks.
fucking bullshit.
Well,
How many new
Pretty
3DSs
pissed
you
off,
got, T?
Oh, I only have 2.
Oh, you only. Oh, okay.
Yeah. Only-
how many
thought
switches
maybe
you
I
got,
had
T?
Huh?
How many switches do you have?
Switch ones, counting switch lights. Let's see. 1, 2, 3. The Zelda one, or Tears of the Kingdom.
I
4,
should have gotten that.
5. I only have
like-
5.
Mm.
I only have 5.
Honestly, I think those Switch lights, especially, are gonna start going up in price at some point in time. I think,
Probably.
especially the more I really should have gotten the Zelda one already. It was like, it was $200. The Zelda
Mhm.
Zelda light
What?
one.
Has it gone up? I think it's still around.
I don't think it's gone up, but I mean,
Is there anybody
let's be
modding?
real, that's gonna go up at
lights?
some point. I think
Let's see, switch lights with like a
I had to get one. I could not pass that bitch up.
it looked. And
switch
especially,
light OLED
uh,
screen mod. Let's see if
They
that's
still
a thing.
got it for 2. Oh well, this one says 300. That one
Yeah,
says
you can
292.
do. They got OLED screens for
300.
switch lights. Damn, that'd be cool.
Oh yeah, people have modded them. Yeah, of course.
Yes, it is. Items no longer available from Nintendo now. The 209 Switch Lite Hyrule Edition. I would have liked to probably get that, but I did not.
Yeah, those fucking things are. I mean, all the Nintendo handhelds, it's the special ones especially, like the NES one, 3DS, and all that kind of shit. Those just are always
It's
expensive.
surprising that the new 3DS XL is for
Yeah,
some
just
reason
like the
popping up
regular basic
random.
color.
Yeah,
It's like, why is that so expensive?
it's like that's starting to pop up. Really, again, I got one a few years back, another one for the capture card, but it was like, so I'm sure that means people selling a new 3DS XL with a capture card is even more expensive now.
Oh yeah,
You know.
forget about it.
which that sucks. Especially because it's gonna get even harder to film like 3DS content. Like in terms of that, people are gonna start putting up the price. But you know, it is what it is, and you know, I like to have
Better off just emulating that shit, bro. If you
Yeah,
put the video.
you know, I'd rather play on the 3DS. You know, but
I mean, I meant as far as like sharing it and or
Yeah.
like if you're gonna live stream some 3DS games or something.
yeah.
So I got something in this bag. What do you guys think it is?
The fuck?
Is it a new bag? No, this is an old bag.
I haven't
Okay.
opened this in years. I
It looks
haven't
like,
had
to
this
be honest, it looks like a Dreamcast.
I haven't had
I
this
mean,
duct tape in a couple years for sure. I need to put this in something better. Dang, it's gonna be hard to get this open. I'm gonna have to just rip the bag. So I haven't looked at this in a long time. I got it sealed. I got even more tape on the inside bag.
That size looks like a.
It looks like a Dreamcast to me, but somebody
Xbox Dreamcast. Well, maybe. Yeah. It's a little
it's an
smaller.
N64.
It's like Christmas.
What the hell do you got into this? You wrapped it up so much.
Damn.
Try to keep the dust out.
Oh, I was right. OG Xbox.
Oh, it is. There you go.
Does it look brand new?
12 feet. Got it. 12 feet.
Well, he
guess
asked
right?
me. Look at
Oh.
this frickin' finish. It's still
That bitch is
glossy.
clean. That bitch
Hasn't
is clean.
seen dust
I'm
in years, T.
thinking about mine. My shit is a little dusty.
I wonder.
Mine's a little
This
This
dusty
thing is a
on the-
frickin' tank. Holy shit, it's heavy.
Mhm.
Yeah.
So then I have this bag.
I'm assuming that's wires.
Oh,
Probably
this,
just the wires.
this
It is
might-
the 25th anniversary. I think they're gonna probably put out a Xbox Series in that design or some shit.
This is 360
What do they do?
stuff.
Well, I
I don't
guess
know
they
if
just
I
give
have
you,
the. I don't know if I have the power supply to the original.
Yeah, just like the decals and shit.
This is all 360
Two of them.
crap.
I have two of them as well, 12 feet. One of them's modded with the what's that shit called?
Yeah, this is the 360's
You
power
can play
supply.
everything on it.
Did the
that's
Xbox
360.
have the original have a power supply? Or the,
No.
no, it's just a
It was in,
two,
it was in,
it's
it
just
was
a
inside.
2 point. Yeah, it's just a 2 point
Yeah.
or two. So as far as the connection for the to hook it up to like a component, I don't know if I have that.
That Duke controller. You got
Yeah.
where's your controller?
I got a different controller with all the
You got
boxes.
the controller Type S.
This is 360.
Yeah. that's
This
definitely
is
360.
the
converter.
fiber optic adapter
Oh.
for the 360.
Wow.
This is so I had to break the main housing.
BIOS.
I cut the main housing off so that I could have the video cables and this plugged in,
at the same time.
so I could have HD with the digital audio. What's this? Oh, this is the official. This is the official fiber optic. I wonder if this stuff's probably worthless because no one uses fiber optic. But I got a charge cable. What's
You don't
this?
have a Duke?
Another
Um,
freaking fiber optic adapter. This is from all the game nights we did back in the day with Call of Duty.
Yeah.
We did LAN parties. I ended up with all this shit.
Robert, you don't have a Duke controller?
No,
I
I
thought
just
that
have
was
the,
like
I have the regular Xbox controller. I guess they slimmed it down or something.
well,
I
the
don't know.
Duke is the regular one, but you got the controller Type S, I think they called it.
I guess whatever they when they slimmed it down.
Yeah,
It just
well, they made
I bought it.
they made a different one in Japan, which is and then they just brought that one over
Mm.
because the Japanese hands that was a little bit too much for Japanese hands, so they just all right, we got to make a slim version, and they basically switched that out over here eventually.
12 he wants me to show which games I got for Xbox because I just said I got like 30 games or something. I could just yell them out, yo, because they're all the way over there. You got like Beyond Good and Evil, Blinks, Brothers in Arms,
You got to have blinks.
Destroy All Humans, Fable, Far Cry Instincts, Grabbed by the Ghoulies, San Andreas, Grand Theft Auto San Andreas, Halo, Halo 2, Harry Potter, the first 3 Harry Potters. Manhunt,
found-
Max Payne,
I found another bag.
You got that?
Sands of Time, Prince of Persia. I actually have that technically physically.
I was gonna
on
give
PC,
Robert
but I
that.
played it on Switch.
Hunter the
Project
Reckoning.
Skillblind.
I have the S controller T. I don't know if I have the original.
Oh, you don't have a Duke either? Oh,
Let me look.
yeah.
Psyops, Psychonauts.
I thought most people had a
two
Duke,
S
but I guess-
controllers. My dad gave me
Yeah, they do.
but a big one, like one of the original. I don't know what I did with it. He's like, I don't know what this is. So I don't have the frickin' the video
I'm gonna type it out
adapter
you,
for
Phil.
this.
Robert.
I do have that, but I have that on PS2 because I heard that's like the best version or whatever.
Hey, the bomb right here. This is super underrated fucking game right here.
Dang.
Called Commando.
Now I gotta see if I even have the video connection for
That's the game. This is the game I played most.
Morrowind.
that game. That game had some like every time you enter a house, there was like pretty long loading. Then when you leave the house, pretty long loading. I was like, how do people put up with that? Like,
I didn't even think about it at the time.
Like-
Probably.
I just remember seeing it, and my buddy at work was playing it, and I'm just like, dude, like, how do you do it? It's like
And of course,
I didn't get the black one. I got the original. It was just hard enough.
Punisher, super underrated game.
Who made it?
THQ. Great
The
game.
last
Great
few
game.
games for 12 feet that I got Rayman 3, Red Dead Revolver, Shadow the Hedgehog,
Ah. Oh.
Sphinx and the Cursed Mummy,
Ooh. It's a good game.
SpongeBob. I think that's the SpongeBob.
The movie.
The movie.
When did this system come out? 2001.
2001. Today.
Look
this year is the
Look
25th
what's on the back
anniversary.
of it. Look what's on the back of it.
Ethan
How long
and-
did it take Nintendo to put one of those in there? What, 2020?
Well, that was. To be fair, that was pretty ahead of its time.
Still.
What a boss ass move. But yeah,
But
you're not wrong.
Wi-Fi was the hot thing for a little bit. The Wii kind of started the Wi-Fi thing.
Yeah.
But it didn't have an Ethernet port option, which is stupid.
Nope.
I actually got 2 SpongeBob.
Do you
games.
have Breakdown T? Yes, I do. I do have Breakdown. I can't reach it though. It's like way up there.
I got 2 Spyro games. I got a Star Wars Episode 3, Time Splitters, and one of the Time Splitters, and then Voodoo Vince. That's all mine.
I mean, you got to have this.
I do have Psychonauts. Yeah.
Oh, okay. I was gonna have to pull your Xbox card.
What about Psyops? That's
I do have Psyops.
Yeah.
Pretty cool. It's pretty cool.
That's all my. So like I said, I think I got 29 or 30 Xbox games right now.
That's pretty good. That's pretty
Yeah.
good. I'm probably hovering around 70, somewhere around there. But
I'm gonna have to put this guy back in the bag, so I don't even have the cables to play it.
I put that bitch in a museum somewhere. God damn, that bitch clean, bro. All your shit is as clean as that old lady in the that video we were making fun of.
Yeah, I didn't click on that.
I watched it. I was like, I gotta finish it. So I watched it, and 91-year-old gamer played way more Nintendo games than this so-called Nintendo dude who was interviewing her. And it's just like, come on, bro. I think he said he stopped at. He played some of the Wii, but he said he pretty much didn't even play GameCube. I'm like, eh? Yeah, I know he's supposed to be like this retro-only gamer, but GameCube's kind of retro now.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't know, but yeah, it was kind of embarrassing. But spoiler alert: she gave him a magazine. She had like every Nintendo Power from, I think, what was it? From 70. What's the word I'm looking for?
Issue.
Not episode. Issue. Goddamn. Issue 70 up to the last one. So that was pretty cool. And yeah, she's a big Legend of Zelda fan. And she was cool. He was annoying.
You talking about that
She had-
video?
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
and
Yeah.
they started looking up prices of the games because the reason I brought her up was because how pristine all her games and shit were,
Yeah.
or boxes and shit. And so
Yeah.
they started looking them up because he was like, "You got some pretty expensive stuff here," and they started looking it
Hmm.
up, and like she had like her copy of Zelda Ocarina of Time was like worth, and it was pristine.
Yeah.
Probably worth it was worth like $600 or something, six
Did she
fifty.
have any like the old Dragon Quest? What were they? Dragon Warrior? What were they called initially? They weren't Dragon Quest on the NES in the
The
US.
Dragon Warrior.
And
I don't think she had that.
those box.
No, she wasn't into those types of games. She wasn't into RPGs. She had Quest 64, and he didn't know what that was.
Mm.
He's like, I've never seen that before in my life.
But Disc
She
Trader
was
was
like, she didn't like
selling the Dragon Warriors 1, 2, and 3 like in the box original for like $1,000 each or $700 I think each. And I was like, damn, like why
it.
would those be that expensive? But
Yeah, those are. I can understand why. Storied franchise and kind of rare. Those games are so.
and especially in the box. So the guy brought his
And in the
entire
box, right?
retro game collection to Disc Trader instead of trying to get max. So they gave him. He said we gave up to like 40% their value. So
Yeah.
he goes, he just didn't want to deal with it. I'm like, yeah, you can bring in the majority, but you take your special ones that are the most valuable,
Yeah.
and you don't take 40% of what they're worth.
No.
Yeah.
That's
Hell
just
no.
stupid.
No.
Like they had like somebody brought in, like they got retro consoles and stuff, and they had it up. I forget which. There's that version of the Super Nintendo. Was it the one chip version? That's more expensive, and it had the box and everything. They were asking like I forget how much. It's 300 to 500. I can't remember, but I was like, I don't know. I would definitely try to sell that myself. I'm not just gonna bring it into a shop and take
No. Fuck no.
pennies on the dollar there.
Hmm.
That's stupid. Why would you do that?
Yeah.
If you're selling your entire collection, that's one thing. You get somewhat. I wouldn't do that either.
I'd still.
I'd sell every piece by my goddamn self. I swear, I would
Mhm.
not do that. But
It
why
can
would
be.
you do that with one game?
It can
Like,
be
one
annoying sometimes,
special
but
game?
yeah, if you had a game worth like $800, you're gonna post it on there. It's gonna sell. You have
Yeah.
to deal with some idiots, and you know, I've sold stuff for what's the most I sold something for. Sold my couch for 700, but it was an older couple, so I wasn't worried about like getting robbed or anything. Well, they were the one giving me the money, but they had to come to my house. That was a little dicey. When before I met them, I was like, I don't know the way to sell a
I'm
couch.
sorry, 12 feet. Oh, go ahead. Sorry.
But yeah, I could see
Finish your
like
thought.
when you're talking about bringing something that's worth something to meet somebody. If you go by yourself, it can be a little. You never know.
Oh, yeah, bust upside the head somewhere. I have to disagree with you though. 12 feet. Quest 64 trash. Like, and this is from a guy who was waiting on our. I had such envy of the PlayStation with all those beautiful RPGs, and I was waiting for an RPG on the N64. I was reading up on Quest. I was excited for it. I got it. It wasn't it for me. And for the N64, what are there? 3 RPGs on there. You got Quest 64. You got Aiden Chronicles, which nobody needs to talk about ever because it's also trash. Aiden Chronicles, the First Mage. You got oh my
Paper
gosh,
Mario.
what's the Ogre Battle 64, Paper Mario. Right, I think there's like 5.
But
total.
there was nothing like to the
RPGs.
epic scale.
No, not even close. Of like of a Final Fantasy or even some of the smaller games like Breath of the Wild,
Breath of Fire.
Breath of Fire, stuff like that. There was nothing even close to that on N64. And as a N64 fanatic, it doesn't make. I don't feel good to say
No.
that. I'm just being honest.
I mean,
I hated that.
the fact of the matter is, doing cutscenes, pre-rendered cutscenes on N64 wasn't something that was very
No.
that later on, with Resident Evil 2, they squeezed it all onto the biggest cart. I think it was the biggest.
Yeah, I mean, Are the Pokemon games RPGs though? I mean, I guess they are because it's stadium battles. But I'm talking about like an adventure,
Well, yeah,
story based
it wasn't. I
RPG.
don't think they're not like Gale of Darkness or something, right? Where they're like
No,
RPG. No, right?
no, you literally just battle in the stadium. There's no story. There's nothing like that. It's just, and it actually you have to it's enhanced if you mostly if you play the Game Boy games and then you transfer pack over your Pokemon into the game because it's not as fun. I don't think it's as fun just playing Pokemon Stadium without transfer packing your Pokemon Yellow, all your Pokemon from Yellow and Blue and Red and shit like that.
Mm.
I don't think it's as fun if you don't have Pokemon built up on those games and then transfer them over to play in the stadium. Because that's what made it cool. It's like, oh, these little pixelated ass Pokemon I have on my Game Boy game. Now they're like full 3D models and shit.
Well, that's the thing. Like,
Stadium. That was
even
cool.
without the pre-rendered cutscenes, like Ocarina of Time for me was the first time I was like, holy crap! Like this felt like a grand cinematic like game, and that was late.
Yes, Hybrid Heaven. Hybrid Heaven was pretty good. Hybrid Heaven. And for those who don't know, Hybrid Heaven was supposed to be like Metal Gear for N64. It's supposed to be Metal Gear 64.
I didn't know that.
Oh yeah, and then they kind of changed gears, if you will.
Is it
with
the same
I don't
style
think
gameplay
I
or
ever
no?
even heard of that game, Hybrid Heaven.
No, I mean the story in some ways feels like a Metal Gear story, but like the gameplay is like it's a turn-based, like it's a turn-based wrestling game.
I'm watching
You
it
do
right
wrestling
now.
moves on aliens and shit.
Really?
Yeah, you do like wrestling moves
Yeah, I'll
and
have to
shit on
look that up
aliens.
because I've never even
Just-
heard of that, to be honest with you.
Yeah.
You never heard of Hybrid Heaven? Oh yeah,
Hybrid
Look
Heaven.
at this footage.
Yeah.
I'll share it. It's
I beat
very
the shit out of that game.
again like N64 had its obviously had its benefits with the polygons and stuff. What the hell is this?
Oof.
It looked
This
way
footage
better.
is hurting my
Oh,
eyes.
that was some kind of intro.
Oh, that's probably
oh.
a trailer.
The N64 with polygons blew people away, but for me personally, it wasn't till Ocarina of Time where I was like, all right, this production value, this feels like grand and epic, and it looks and
Yeah.
feels big.
I think character models and all that kind of stuff was fantastic in
not
this
too
game.
bad.
But there's so many like bland corridor level like they all look very samey. So I did like the story. The gameplay sometimes got repetitive, but yeah, it was pretty cool. I thought it was cool. And you get to play
Yeah, I
as
mean, it's
multiple
tough
characters.
because like Ocarina of Time, even like I played it only a few years ago. It really does feel grand, and it feels like such a big adventure, and you're like,
Just
damn, how did
the
it's
music,
incredible what they did.
the design,
You're aging, the world
it's just-
changes.
Yeah,
Like,
the tone, the atmosphere. Just
that atmosphere. Yep, that
felt-
the
to
atmosphere.
be fair, there was nothing like Ocarina of Time when that shit came out on any
Yeah.
console. So, yeah, like I really liked the intro to this. I just remember watching it and I like that
see
kind
some
of
this
dark,
combat.
kind of alien thing to it. Some of the
What
enemies
the
were
fuck?
kind of weird looking and shit. Like I remember that.
So
being like,
N64. This
kinda
looks-
takes me out of
Okay,
it.
so it really is literally like almost like it's the turn-based
Right.
RPG.
Yeah.
and,
Yeah.
and it's each move, but instead it's like instead of that's actually kind of interesting where it's like
oh no,
literally
it's
like
very interesting.
you're
gameplay
doing
is-
like by body
What the
parts
fuck?
like, like imagine
How would
actually-
you even know that you could
Yeah,
jump there?
it's kind of like it's almost like Yakuza Like a Dragon, like an early sneak peek at that in a way, to be honest, because that's actually
I see
like,
some Metal Gear
like-
or some
because
inspiration.
it's not completely turn based. There
This-
is some real time.
There's some Metal Gear
stuff
in
you doing
here.
Yeah. There's some Metal Gear in
If it
there.
was like a full 3D movement camera system. What the fuck?
Yeah. Yeah, some weird. It's some
it's
weird
kind of like
character
a
models you fight.
tutu.
Something.
Yeah, I
It's
don't.
like-
I don't know. I remember fighting this guy.
It's
It
like
was
an
what-
alien
what-
guy in a tutu. He's
I think he's like a mushroom guy or something, or an insect. It's like a hive.
Didn't they? I think this is coming to Switch Online at some
Can't-
point.
Is it? I didn't see it.
I think so. I thought that was like rumored or something.
I mean, I'm sure eventually they kind
Hey,
of.
at least you know
what they
your
have.
character actually makes contact when you're attacking. After you
Yeah.
choose
Yeah.
it. You know, that's something.
Yeah, I mean, but
That's kind of cool.
it wasn't like, I don't think there were random battles,
Body
but
slam.
at some point I was like, I'm more into
Yeah.
the story. I'm just trying to run past enemies and shit. So it got a little
That's
like,
a hell of a decision they made for that combat.
oh yeah, but
Maybe
that's why it stands out to me. That's why I remember it.
Yeah, I was
So,
gonna say that does make it stand out. That's sure. It looked like almost like they're about to be like.
Oh yeah, the
some
sound was great in it
tech
too.
game.
The sound design. It was a really good game, production wise, and all that stuff.
yeah, because I still remember like the original Star Fox for its epic cinematic like feel with the music, the intro. Yeah, it looked
Yeah.
like just some basic polygons, but man, the music, the voice acting, the sound effects. It was in stereo with a. I didn't have surround sound back then,
The
but
epic explosions, boss battles.
I felt
like
to me when I
the
saw
train was like,
when I saw
blew my
Star
mind.
Fox 64, I was like, that's more cartoony than I was hoping that based on the first game. Obviously, the characters were cartoons on the screen, but
yeah,
I was my internal expectations were okay. You know, in 64, we're gonna make it's gonna be even more like amazing, realistic, and then they just went more into the I want I don't know what it's just something about the aesthetics of Star Fox 64 wasn't what I was hoping they would go with it, but
well, I was like, well, you're playing with you know, you're playing with fucking two-legged animal
Yeah.
pilots.
yeah, so there wasn't.
Yeah, like,
I don't know what else they could have done, honestly, but
right. It would have been weird if it was like realistic. It would have been
lot
like,
of I'd say a lot of N64 games initially had a very similar aesthetic, kind of like. I feel like there was
Yeah.
a lot of
well, yeah, the
green-
first
green
10
with
games or so.
silvers with like metal in green in like green environments, like kind of thing. I
Yeah.
feel like that was more prevalent than there wasn't like a lot of beaches and like cities and stuff. It was just a lot of green areas with like metal, accents and like Turok, and I feel like Star Fox kind of they definitely did some other stuff though. Later on, that's why Zelda just to me
I was
is
gonna say, it's funny you brought up Turok, because Turok went from kind of jungle-y stuff to, by the time you get to Turok 3, it was like cityscapes, dark cities, and metal corridors, and it completely went away from like the jungle stuff, and it looked more quote unquote realistic. Try to be more kind of realism designs. But that was like what, 99? So yeah, it took a while to get there.
And I was just thinking about going earlier when I was talking about Prime 4, how nice that looked coming from like Dark Souls. But I feel like the Switch 2 maybe will have a little more, kind of off topic, but maybe it'll have a little more of a transition from the beginning of the generation to the end. I think the Switch 1 ended up more impressive than I expected, like in the initial with like Breath of the Wild. Yeah, Tears of the Kingdom definitely was a little sharper. The sky area was definitely beautiful, but I don't feel like a lot happened from the early Switch games to the end of the Switch generation. I don't know if you guys agree with that, but like from a visual like evolution, like back in the day, like the first like 360 game compared to the last 360 games were like.
Well, yeah, I was gonna say it. That's just a generational thing. I just don't think games have that capacity to like wow you from earlier games to like the later games on the
Because like
system.
PS4, like Killzone Shadowfall, like the opening sequence still looks like
Right.
looks
Well,
pretty
yeah,
damn
that
impressive.
opening, yeah, that literally that looks just as good as.
But I
like,
bet if you
anything.
compare like The Last of Us Part 2 on PS4 to some of the earlier PS4 games, there's probably a decent, like Bloodborne isn't a stunner, but that's from Software. That's not been their thing.
It depends. I mean,
I was
I think
thinking-
it depends on the developer because, like I said, like
Yeah.
Guerrilla Games. I mean, they go crazy with their visuals.
Is
but
Uncharted
also, like,
4 compared to Last of Us Part 2? I'd be curious to see like a tech.
I still think that's.
I think
pretty
it does.
similar.
Yeah.
I think it's pretty.
Yeah, I was
similar.
thinking like obviously early 360 to like late 360, like
Well, look at-
almost
yeah.
night and day.
Look at like Perfect Dark
PS3.
Zero, Perfect Dark Zero to GTA 5. It's
Right.
a big
Right.
difference.
I mean,
Yeah.
wow.
Like it's
What a
pretty crazy that
difference.
GTA 5 looks that good on 360 and PS3.
Oh, to be a
Robert
little
loves these kind of
fair.
videos, but I found the exact thing I was looking for.
What
Somebody
the
happened to make it.
comparison? Which one is it? Of what?
Well, it's
Oh,
just
Last
showing.
2.
It's what I wanted to
See,
see,
my thing
like
is
their
like that.
first
I
PS4
you
game
know, it's
versus.
gold Naughty Dog games. I don't think it's a big deal.
Yeah,
I
I
get
don't.
it. I get it.
To be a little bit fair about Perfect Dark Zero, that was a original Xbox game. It started off as one, so it wasn't
Yeah.
really built ground up for Xbox 360.
Well, I mean, even if you look at the Call of Duties, then I guess you could see like
Yeah, I would go with Call of Duty.
like
Right.
the
Hell,
last
man.
one.
You can
They
I
do
push
remember-
it like Advanced Warfare on 360, and it looks really
Yeah.
good.
What is this? No Way Out? No, it's Uncharted.
It's Uncharted.
I was just kidding.
The brothers. Oh,
That
you
was
think?
a
Oh,
joke.
okay, I got
Yeah,
you.
the Prison Break.
I don't even remember this part. Doesn't.
I do.
Yeah, I wouldn't say like there's a huge like. I guess the
Yeah, I don't
character
think it's
models
a
maybe
massively,
look.
but I do think there's areas, especially if you go like when it's like the heavily, like with all the trees.
I think the
and all
grass
that
in
type of
Last of Us
stuff.
Part 2 is
The
pretty stunning
grass.
still.
Like I think that still looks really realistic. I mean,
Honestly,
it's really impressive.
The remastered PS5 version. I mean, they didn't like visually there ain't that much different. It's just it
No.
runs native, so you got the quicker loading times and stuff. But it wasn't like, oh my god, like I'd have to look at side by sides to even see what, if any,
Oh, for sure,
differences.
Absolutely.
But yeah, so I don't know. I feel like with Switch 2 though, there might be some room for that stuff.
I think for some developers, I think retro studios will be because they'll be yeah, maybe, but at the same time, like honestly, like if you do look between Switch 1 and Switch 2 version of Prime 4, there's already quite a difference,
Yeah.
to be honest with you. So it'd be interesting to see if essentially retro has free reign on only doing a Switch 2 title. I think you'll probably see.
And I don't think
pretty
they
impressive
used any
difference.
upscaling with Metroid Prime 4. It's been a while since I saw the analysis video, but like I don't think they use like DLSS or anything, so there's always a chance.
Yeah.
But
I know retro's always like, oh, it's a Switch 1 game, but they went in on the Switch 2 version like to really make it like.
just the
I bet it's
HDR
done native.
alone makes it look.
But also just
next
texture
gen.
wise and stuff, they actually worked on it. Like it looks visually, generally.
Prime
I don't need a
1.
comparison to know that fucking thing looks way beyond what it could look on original Switch.
Well, just look at Prime
Yeah.
1 with the Dolphin emulator. They're like, man, these textures already were high resolution. The
Mhm.
GameCube wasn't able to show them. Like it
Yeah.
was there. And that was 60 FPS. Because it was 480p. That was the resolution at the time. That it wasn't punch and blow it or above its weight. That was pushing the highest resolution at the time, and 60 FPS, and then with high quality textures. So
Yeah.
I agree, Lenny. Gameplay could still wow people, but we focus on graphics too much.
Yeah, it's the
But,
easiest to tell to like it's
Well,
easy
yeah.
to look and see where
Yeah,
they
we
started
know why
to
they
where
do
they
it.
ended. Now,
Yeah.
I'm not
I would
saying
say that's why you get like a lot of
Oh, fuck.
especially indie titles that do push gameplay that people love, like stuff like Expedition 33 and obviously like Hades 2 or Hades 1 even, like stuff like that where it's like people really love in terms. I mean, you're saying gameplay.
Yeah, I think
Expedition is a lot of story stuff, but still, even then, people love the parry system and stuff. So
You want to see that in like AA, AAA games where they actually care about the gameplay a little more.
well, I
than
think
they do.
AAA, it's really, admittedly, a lot of it's the, the Nintendo teams, like especially the 3D Mario teams, the Zelda team, and then, it's tough because a lot of other studios are obviously, something like GTA 6, a hype for.
I feel like
honestly,
GTA 6
hype
might
for the
have some cool
details.
innovations.
But you're
Yeah.
hyped for the innovation in detail.
Mhm.
How insane you're
Yeah.
gonna make that world. maybe not necessarily the
But
actual
knowing
game.
GTA, I think there will be some kind of WoW gameplay stuff too.
But it's
Maybe I haven't really. I mean,
they didn't
you
really do
know,
nothing.
especially
Well, Red
playing like
Dead,
GTA 3 to San Andreas, and then also I don't think there's like leaps and bounds of
they
gameplay
make they
innovations
make like
personally.
improvements to like
GTA 4 was pretty good. I think it
yeah,
was a pretty
4
good
had
leap.
like was a huge leap in the driving mechanics, but that was just I
Yeah.
think the technology got better and they focused on it. I don't know. Because that was my huge complaint with 3 and Vice City. It's like, man, I hate driving the cars. It's just sloppy.
San Andreas had a lot of like cool shit in there too. That
No,
was
cool
another
shit, but I
game.
don't think like I guess it depends on what we think about like, gameplay innovation because I just it's almost to me it's like how further they could push like
I think
again to
GTA
me the
games about the
detail in the
world
world.
more than anything.
Yeah, so that to me it's always been like how can it innovate like what you could do it in the world and how and I guess to be fair that goes hand in hand with gameplay.
Story of the
Yeah.
games, characters, shit like
Well,
that.
what if
You
they
know,
had
and
like
it,
a destruction system in a GTA game like that?
Yeah, I
could
mean,
be-
it just means stuff like
Jesus,
that.
that would be insane.
drop
I
a
don't know if
building.
they'd
If you
away
could
with
get the
that.
C4, you need the cloud though. You need the cloud computing.
Topple
You
that.
need the
dude.
cloud.
Yeah.
Topple a skyscraper. You know,
Holy shit, that would be amazing, but I don't I don't
Yeah,
know
that
if you
would
can
and
get
it's
away with
it
it.
permanent. It's a permanent thing, and then it
Like you're a terrorist at that point.
yeah.
You're gonna have 5 stars for the rest of the game.
I would love that though.
You
That'd be
blown up
amazing.
buildings.
But I just yeah, I think that might be a little too straining on systems and stuff.
But
Until,
like
the PS8
Nintendo usually starts with the gameplay idea, like, and then
Yeah.
like Cappy, I'm sure Cappy was the what can we do? Let's do this. And then all right, let's
Well,
build the game.
I think just taking out some more of the gamey stuff, the game feeling stuff in that game, and specifically like GTA, taking some and making it more detailed, more realistic. Something as simple as shopping. Like just making that more interesting, making that more cool than it is currently. Just really maxing those details out. I think to me that would make it because obviously you can have better controls in your shooting and your
Yeah, they definitely need to
your
improve the
hand-to-hand
cover
combat, that
cover
kind of stuff.
system.
Yeah,
needed
right.
some improvement.
If they did that, I mean, that alone would be like a wow thing because that's been an issue with Grand Theft Auto games from 3 on. So
I remember people complaining about Red Dead Redemption's shooting system. They're like, yeah, it wasn't
I don't love it.
I never felt it felt amazing.
like
compared
with
to other
2.
shooters.
Like with 2, it didn't feel
Yeah.
like they took it well beyond 1. But it's crazy though. Like there's just every once in a while you hear somebody talk about their favorite games, and Red Dead Redemption 2 gets. I hear that not all the time, but I just heard it.
Well, I hear it all the
recently.
time. If you look at just the average like internet
Yeah.
user, Red Dead 2 is like up there all the time.
My
Red
favorite,
Dead 2
one of
all.
my favorite channels right now, and the dude and his girlfriend did a live stream, and I was like, there was like 9 of us initially, and so they were just reading every question, and I was just asking what their favorite games were, and she's like, she loved Hollow
Red Dead.
Knight, and then she's like Red Dead, what was the other one? It wasn't like Animal Crossing or anything.
Red
Was
Dead
it
1?
Red Dead 2?
It was Red
Red
Dead
Dead
2. And then
Okay.
it was another, Last of Us. Last was part 2.
That's
And-
well, Last was part 2.
We got 1 and 2. She liked
Oh, wow.
2
Oh,
better, I
Lane's
believe.
okay. I was like,
And
Yeah,
then
well,
some other like cinematic type game like that. And it's like, yeah, I hear Red Dead Redemption 2 a lot, but in our group and people we never really talked
Yeah.
about
Never.
it.
I haven't played the bitch yet. I
It
I
looks-
played a decent chunk of it, and it just unfortunately it's 2018. I fell off of it, but I played a decent chunk. That's all I know. And I from that I know like the controls are not up to the greatest. That's for sure. And just in terms of just the shooting, like it feels like I'm playing San Andreas or something in
Mhm.
2018. Like
with
genuinely.
with great
Um,
visuals, but
with great visuals, which in a way is fine, but at the same time, you just you hope they improve the feeling. I always
Yeah,
think
but-
they think of it as a realistic thing, but in my mind, a human being doesn't move the way they almost have to like drag themselves to turn
yeah,
instead
they
of just turning.
Yeah.
You know,
You
And I
haven't
don't
gotten up
feel
in the
like I do
morning and made yourself a cup of coffee and
that. Yeah.
Took a bath.
take a bath and all the details of being able to do that, man, it was amazing.
But yeah, I mean, again, I made my most anticipated games of 2026, and I did put GTA 6 at number 2. I am genuinely looking forward to it. I ain't gonna lie, but it's just for me it's like, man, I'm very curious. All these years later, I don't think it will somehow live up to the hype of what people envision it in their mind. I don't envision it that in my mind. I think it's just gonna be a really damn impressive gaming world that they're going to make, but I think people think it's going to be the next coming of God for them, and I don't know, it's
Some
I
people it
don't
might be.
The anticipation's gonna be
hopefully.
like extreme, so there
Yeah,
could be that it's not gonna meet expectations for a lot of people's
yeah,
lofty
I'll be
expectations.
curious. Yeah,
You know, that happens from time to time, but other times, like Silk Song, not only for me, like I don't know what the Metacritic is for it, but it seems like most people liked it a lot. It exceeded
it's
even
high.
my like most like optimistic expectations. Like they fucking just nailed it. Like way more new areas. Like initially, I was like, oh, that just looks just like the same area from Hollow Knight. Are you retreading the same area? Nope. Like it's massive, and it's just the combat, the maneuvering changes they made, everything they nailed it. So I'm trying to think of another game that was anticipated, like Breath of the Wild. Yeah, I was like Terrell and I had a conversation. He remembers, just me and him. I was watching some Horizon gameplay,
Yeah,
and
right.
I'm watching Aloy like jump around, dodge, and roll and slide and shoot, and I'm like, I'm watching the treehouse, not treehouse, but the E3 people who just playing Zelda for the first time, and Link's he does his little tiny little hop, and then
Yeah,
a lot of people just spam the attack. They don't do any strategy. Like I was making fun. You guys were like, I was telling you, the electric Ganon or whatever blight. That's trying to teach you to shield parry, and T was like, "What are you talking?" I just bashed the shield until it went, and then I hit him. I'm like, "Yeah, but they're just trying to teach you how to shield parry. That whole boss is teaching you how to shield parry." And I was so frustrated watching one person play it because they didn't shield parry once, and just all the weapons were breaking because if you hit the first 3 hits, it's just all heavy. Your durability of your weapons is just wasted on the shield hit. Then you get one or two real hits in, then the weapon breaks. And I was just like pulling my hair out watching this. Like, just parry the freaking attack. That's what you're supposed to do, you know. And I don't remember exactly where I was going with. Oh yeah, just when I first saw Horizon, I was telling Terrell, I was like, man, I'm a little worried about Link's stiff ass looking movement and combat and stuff. And I was just like, I don't know, man. I didn't want to tell anybody else because I figured he wasn't the biggest Zelda fan. And I'm just like, and it works for the game. Now I don't want to play a third game like that has that exact combat. Like Tears of the Kingdom has it, Breath of the Wild has it. It's fine once I play it, get back into the game. It's fine, but like it's made to do the perfect dodge, flurry rush. That's what they want you to do. Otherwise, your weapons are gonna break way quicker. You're gonna struggle, and but I was just like, man, I'm a little envious of this movement of Aloy. Like I kind of want Link to be able to do that stuff, you know. Like and my expectations, I was a little worried before Breath of the Wild came out, but I mean, the second I turned that game on, it just none of that even came to my mind. Like I was just
Didn't think about any of that
I
shit.
played like 7-8
not even
hours.
remotely.
And
Yeah.
It's like you got it. It's. I mean, how do you duplicate that? You have this super interesting, cool new Nintendo console, along with this crazy new Zelda game, like completely changed the style of Zelda game. And here you go, all together at once. Take that.
Yeah.
And it's just like, what the hell? This is
Uh-huh.
insane.
I mean,
You can't duplicate that.
That game delivered, and then some for me as well, because I was just like,
Absolutely.
wasn't prepared for like just all the stories of all our different adventures. Like I don't know if they said it or people tried to express it, but I just was not prepared for all of us just to have our own like stories every week. Like we just did completely different
Yeah, that was
things, and
crazy.
like we're playing the same game,
Yeah,
but you're
crazy.
doing shit. Like that's just crazy to me. Like,
I went 150 hours before I saw a bear. I was like, what the
yeah,
fuck?
yeah.
It's-
And
that was
hearing
insane to me.
that's why it's I don't like watching people play Breath of the Wild. I tried a few. I got sucked in. There's a couple good channels. One guy was like a Pokemon guy, and he edited his videos very well, and then he stopped making them. I was hoping he'd continue. So it was interesting to hear his perspective. But a lot of times, like that same streamer was just like, "Oh, talk to Impa, go to the Zoras, straight to the Zoras, do the Zoras, straight to Death Mountain or straight to the Rito village. Like no shrines in between. She had like 5 hearts. She's on her 3rd boss with like 5 or 6 hearts, or 3rd divine beast, and I'm just like, first off, way to make the game as hard as possible. But secondly, like that's to me that's just like you're missing so much of the game by just going straight to the divine beast and then going to Ganon. Like there's so much more to the game, but that's in there. You can play that exactly like that. You could play like
I mean, that's the beauty of that game, but also I think, you know, for me that is one of the few, again, open worlds where I wanted to explore and I felt it. It just was amazing and just can't be topped in terms of that and the way you traverse it and everything. And it's yet, other than like Tears of the Kingdom for me, there's like yet to be another
Elden
like,
Ring
open
was
world
like that for
feels
me.
like that. Well, yeah, to be fair, I haven't played Elden Ring yet, so
but Elden Ring's filled with a lot of like
yeah,
frustrating, hard stuff in as well as just like this amazing world. You're just like, I can't believe.
which, to be fair, I mean, again, that game took cues from Breath of the Wild in terms of like how to make an open world, but a lot of games haven't quite understood or grasped how to do that, and that's what made Elden Ring so popular and huge and well reviewed. But because it understood like that's what it is. But like, there's not a lot of open world games, man. That's still that they don't quite get it.
Yeah, because I've said this about Horizon. I said it about Ghost of Tsushima, which has a stunning world. But they make it so to scale and so realistic. You're always down. You're always in woods, trees. You can't see anything in the horizon.
Yeah.
Like, oh, I got to a high point. Oh, wow, yeah, there's some beautiful stuff. But most of the time, you're just down with trees and bushes. Like, that's how it is in the real world, though. Like, you could be...
Witcher 3.
You could be in Colorado, and because they have no trees... In Denver, everywhere you look, you can pretty much see the mountains because there's no trees. Yeah. But as soon as you go, anywhere else that's like a wooded area, if they're in the few wooded areas, then you don't see the mountains anymore. And it's like a lot of games just have so many trees, so many like hills you're down in that you just can't see like the beauty. That's why Forbidden West to me, the ability to climb, give a lot more freedom to climb. Plus, obviously, you can get on the flying. I don't remember what they're called, Storm Beak or something, whatever it's called, and you can actually see the world from those high points, and like you can see the tall necks. Like in one spot, you can see 8 tall necks, like in the distance. Like they're still moving like they're not even moving at 2 frames per second. They're still moving at full frames. They're a little speck on the screen. You can still see the tall necks. That shit's amazing, but not a lot.
I will say, I mean, I'm like a little bit more than halfway through Forbidden West, or just halfway about. And I mean, for me, the climbing is still limited to like certain areas of what you want. Like you literally could time it.
You can't climb everything, but there are a lot of areas where
there's a lot.
You hit the thing, and there's just the whole thing's yellow. Climb.
There's a lot, but at the end of the day, it's still not pure freedom and how.
No, but it's way easier to get up to spot. There's couple spots that they make it like the hub. Your little hideout in the mountains. You must be there if you're halfway through, like your hub area in the mountain. Like you go above that, and there's like the views are stunning. Like at the.
No, there's some amazing views.
And it's not that hard to get up there. It's not like you have to try to cheat with a glitch jump to get up there. Like you can just get.
I mean, there's a few times where I did be glitch jumping. I ain't gonna lie. I would be and it's just
yeah, there are some spots still for sure.
there's a lot of spots, but but I like for me, I one thing that I give props to Valhalla, Assassin's Creed Valhalla, is you can climb anything. Like you literally can't climb it. It just you start going against the wall, you start climbing everything. I'm like, damn, this motherfucker's Spider-Man. And technically that's not realistic, but I don't give a fuck. It's not a video game. And that's what I like about it is that took cues from Breath of the Wild, where it's like, hey, you can climb anywhere. And I was like, oh, that's
Immortals
nice.
did that too, and it was funny watching Terrell's stream.
And
He's
with
like,
the Mortals, yep, that's
he's
how it
like,
took cues from, which I like.
he's like, well, Juice gave me this game a couple years ago. I figured I'd just play it. He forgot it was a Breath of the Wild like clone. And he's not. I mean, he didn't hate Breath of the Wild, but he's not like all in. And that realization as he's playing it, that's why I said, dude, you don't have to keep playing it. If you didn't realize, if you forgot it was like a Zelda Breath of the Wild game.
That's what I liked about Immortals was that like a
But Immortals has the problem with Immortals for me was there's too many areas where there's not a very good option other than this. And then there's a lot of like, I gotta climb up this tall ass wall. There's really nowhere else to go. Like Breath of the Wild has, you could take the horse up the back of a mountain. You don't have to climb the front. I felt like Immortals had too many like forced climbing sections, and it wasn't as like fun or strategic. It didn't have the rain though. You didn't have to worry about the slipping, I don't think. But
well, Forbidden West has right. What you say?
I said I have to read these two chats because one made me laugh. So first, Advisor says, yeah, nothing in Tears compares to the first encounter with the Guardian in Breath of the Wild, which made you dread the music until
I would say
you get strong enough to beat the. And I'm like, I agree. I agree.
I would say the closest thing in Tears was the demon hands, but it wasn't.
Yeah,
that was more creepy.
And it was like I couldn't. They just were instant death. But once I figured out how to beat them, they became nothing.
Having a Guardian running around, that's just crazy.
Yeah, I think they did try to replace the Guardians with them, but it wasn't quite the same. And then where was it? 12 Feet says, just because you waste 100 hours running around like a hobo and doing nothing doesn't make it exciting gameplay. I just found that to be hilarious.
It's funny, but you doing something wrong. So
if you're not encountering anything interesting, like if you're talking about Breath of the Wild or just open world games, like
I think it just means open world games in general.
There's got to be something visually interesting to like call you to it, and then when you get there, there's got to be something and a reward. A lot of people complain that Breath of the Wild didn't have it wasn't worth it. The reward for doing whatever wasn't worth the effort, and I'm like, I guess it depends on, like for me, getting climbing gear so I can climb faster. That's worth it. Like that's worth.
Oh, it's totally worth
finding
it.
shrines. That that was it. And then upgrading those so you can actually climb even better, or the swimming gear. Like to me, that's worth it. But for some people, that stuff isn't worth it. Like for a shrine, that's leveling up your stamina and your hearts. Like that's worth it to me. Like I want my stamina, I want my hearts maxed out, so I'm not dying as much, so I can fight a Lionel.
By the way, Zelda has always done that. It's like from the first one, it's like, oh, you don't have to, get all the damn hearts and upgrade all your stuff, but it just if you want to do that, it's there. And there is a reward for it. It makes the game a little easier, and you can go and do more things. You can go to places that you probably would have avoided if you didn't have the gear, So
yeah, I get it. Like if you did all this exploration and it's like there was a chest and it was like 100 rupees or something. Yeah, you're like, that was a waste.
I felt that way more in Tears than I did in Breath of the Wild.
But at the same time, even I never once. I don't want to get into something with one of those games behind Robert or next to Robert. I never once thought, oh my God, that wasn't worth doing all that for in Breath of the Wild. Now there's games where I have felt that, but to me, just getting through wherever I went, finding whatever it was. There wasn't caves or anything like in Tears of the Kingdom, but just finding this cool area, climbing to the top, and the Satora Mountain, like. There's a spot below it. I think there's like some text, and it's basically, you can tell it's about Iwata. Like that's a personal thing, but just being in that area, finding that area was enough for me, and that happened a lot in Breath of the Wild. Just finding this little spot of woods that just all of a sudden I feel like I'm a kid again playing in the woods with my friends and are like hiding in the woods, and I still get that feeling playing Breath of the Wild, or just getting to the top. And as one of the first videos I recorded off my phone for Zelda, and I said Zelda's fucking incredible or whatever. Just got to the top of this hill, and the wind was blowing. It was like a storm. It wasn't raining, but it was like stormy weather. And just watching the grass blow and just look around, and I was just like, that was the reward for me. That made it worth it. Just getting to that spot and seeing that, and being in the game. Like, I didn't need some amazing weapon or anything, any reward in a chest. Like, I guess if that's what you're playing it for, I guess I could see why you'd think that's a negative, because it's like, was it worth doing? Like,
it's kind of crazy to come back to Horizon Zero Dawn specifically, how similar like it is with Breath of the Wild. Obviously there's a lot of differences, but I just meant like it basically has memories. There's memory areas you go to, and you find those little things. Yeah. And you find out a little piece of what, that little piece of the world is and what it's about. Do you need that? You can play the whole game without all that shit. But it's just a little bit of an enhancement. And even down to, like, I just thought of this, ancient armor. Like, both games have ancient armor in them. And you have to go through, for Breath of the Wild, you got to go to the Divine Beasts. But for Horizon, you go to all the cauldrons. You got to go to the cauldrons. You got to get the power cells or whatever.
Yeah, I had that quest, and you talked about it, and then I just picked the game up after years, and I was like, well, that's the only quest I have open. Let me just go to the spot on the map. I had all the power cells just because I played the game, so I guess fully. I guess I didn't find everything, but I had. Oh wait, there was one cauldron I hadn't done, and I was like, I did that, and I was like, oh, this is that armor T's talking about, where it reduce. It's like shields on Star Trek. Your shield's down to 20%, and then your health starts to drop. And it also looks cool because it's got this like digital, like glowy effect to it. And but yeah, then like Breath of the Wild also had the final like the original Zelda outfit when you got 120 shrines. Now to most people that'd be like, well, I can see why they're like, well, I just got 120 shrines. What's left to do? Now you give me this cool outfit. And I was like, yeah, I can see that, but you gotta give some reward. Like, what was it in was it Tears of the Kingdom? There's something you do, and like it just gives you this artifact that's not. It's like a little statue in the game.
The statue of shit.
Yeah, the shit statue.
That's the Korok in Breath of the Wild, 999.
Well, they did it in Tears of the Kingdom for something else.
There's in Tears of the Kingdom too. Yeah, it was something similar.
And I'm like, that's definitely not worth it. Like that. What you got there was not worth it.
Well, I honestly think that was like a joke. Like it was a piece of shit. Like it's a joke. Yeah. You did all this for shit.
Yeah, but I think it's a bragging thing too. It's like, well, I fucking got all these things. I got through all these, and now I'm the shit.
Yeah.
Like. So
I always see that like as a joke. Where like, you went through all that.
Yeah, it's a joke, right? It's literally like Golden Poo. There's a Golden Poo statue, and it's just like it's kind of funny. Like if you care enough to do that,
you probably already know what it is. You know what you're gonna get. Like
if you're going to that quest to get all of those, you know what you're getting at the end. I don't think you're gonna be surprised.
And you're screenshotting that, you'll be like, "Yeah, I got the Golden Poo, ha!"
Right,
you know what I mean?
Right. It's a jokey thing.
Just because we're talking about it, I'm just looking through my. Obviously, I have a lot of hearts in here. I thought they were gonna.
Well, this is my thing. That for me, Breath of the Wild, there's Breath of the Wild, Tears of the Kingdom are just some of the most amazing open worlds just to run around in. And that's why I was like, I just have fun doing that. There's not a ton of open worlds where I feel like it's just fun to just be in the world. And it's just one of those games that I felt that, like, I think about, there are some, like, I do like some, like the I love fucking around in GTA and Watch Dogs 2, especially, like, just I think those open worlds are really good.
Just making people fight is fun for me. Like I spent so much time just getting people to fight each other and shit.
I wish I could.
That's what I'm saying.
These photos
stuff like that is always a lot of fun. But in terms of like something that's not a city and it's more like fantasy, Breath of the Wild and Tears of the Kingdom for me is just unmatched. It's
Yeah.
a fun world to be in.
I got as far as fantasy worlds, I think Hyrule and these two games is
They're just a fun.
Well, look,
they're just fun worlds.
I'm just
Yeah.
the point I was trying to make by sharing these photos is just kind of look. Why did I decide to take a photo here? Because look at the peaks, and I wasn't even trying. I was chasing. I
Gorgeous.
was trying to get a horse, and I'm
Yeah.
like, the peaks are in the distance. I'm in the grass. The sun's setting, and I'm trying to get my first horse. And I'm like, to
Fiddles
me,
with the grass.
I took the photo because I thought this looks
Okay.
great. You see a tower to the left, just in the distance.
Mhm.
To me, the reward is just everywhere I went. Like there was something,
Yeah. No, I agree.
you know, and it's like
I agree.
that's
Well,
that.
that's why for me personally, like I'm guess you disagree, Juice, but like so far, in at least for Forbidden West, I'm not like this world is beautiful, but I'm not like being like, oh man, look at
It's
that. I
not the
gotta go see
same,
that.
you know. Some stuff
You
from
know,
the sky
yeah.
looks especially stunning, but as far as like down on the ground, there wasn't a ton of like. It's not the same, you know. We talked about,
Yeah.
oh, I got close to the castle today. I got the closest I ever got to the castle. I'm looking at the photo
Yeah.
right now. It was one of the closest.
Uh-huh.
The
So, yeah,
close.
I'm sure Elden Ring will be one for me where I'll be like, yo, this world's crazy. But like,
Yeah, I think I.
So you can see I
get around to
had
playing that shit.
Yeah.
7 hearts, and I can tell you I know exactly. This is the closest I had been to the castle at this point, and I was
Mhm.
like, oh my god!
but look
how-
at that. Like this is like how
Look how
interesting this is. Look, this just looks
Yeah, I was gonna
really
say.
interesting.
Yeah, even something as simple as getting close to the castle
Mhm.
was like wow. That was a wow thing. Like in
Mhm.
Tears of the Kingdom, you start next to that bitch. You start right next to
Yeah,
it.
there isn't a
Uh,
moment like that. Like getting close.
There's
to
no
this,
moment
the
like
reaching-
that,
Yeah.
right?
That's
Like yeah,
accurate.
just being close. Like you've seen it in the distance, and now to be that close to it, it's just like
Mhm.
holy
I
crap.
think
that is
these
so
are in
cool.
sequential order. So let me just kind of. Yeah, I was like, oh, close I got to the mountain. This is the closest I've been to
you
Death
got
Mountain.
that. You got that thing crawling. You're like, yo, what the fuck is
You're
that?
like, what is that fucking thing up there?
Mhm.
I need to go see.
I got the tower I needed to get to, and it's just
And
like
this is this shit is crazy. You know, this is a Switch One Wii U game that just looks.
I'm seeing
crazy,
now.
you know?
You know, the haziness is very present in almost every shot. That's something I didn't notice
Yeah.
till I played the PC version, I think.
Yeah.
And I was just like, I see it now, and I'm like, God, there's just like this is a clearer looking shot. This is less haze in it. And I'm
Phenomenal.
just like, this looks up. Look at that. It just.
Yeah.
So what? Either the world gets you and it sucks you in, or it doesn't. And I feel bad for
Yeah.
people who it doesn't suck in like that.
Well, yeah. I
you
mean,
know?
again, that's all opinions. You know, at the end of the day,
Yeah, I
some
get it.
people,
I'm not.
You know,
I don't
it
know,
is
no.
what it is. You
It's
know,
like,
unfortunately, worlds will grab you, worlds will not. You know,
Some
yeah.
games like Hades did not grip me at all. Like
Yeah.
I didn't care for the combat much, and
for sure.
you know, story wise, I wasn't that interested. Like, I know Clock's gonna hate me, but I just played Immortals with this, you know, Greek mythology, and I thought that I thought it was funny. I thought they made, you know, the choices they made with the, you know, the voices and stuff for all the gods. I thought it was just, you know, they were going for more of a humor, like almost like an animated movie kind of like humor. I was like, I prefer this. This is my favorite, like, Greek mythology based story in a game. And then I played Hades.
Yeah, I mean,
after.
for me, I
God,
love
right.
Hades. I love Zagreus and all those characters. For me, like that was one where I was like, yo, this is some crazy ass great voice acting and writing and stuff. And that's one thing also I gotta say about Forbidden West. And the main thing I'm enjoying is like the combat, but man, I really think that Aloy might be one of the most bland, boring characters you could be hanging out with in a video game ever. You got like one emotion in the
Yeah,
whole
she
game,
doesn't
like, in
get
terms of the
angry a
voice.
whole lot.
voice
She gets
inflections.
frustrated from time to time, but not angry.
It's just
or-
like voice inflections like the same, and that's also like
Yeah.
voice directing. They didn't give her something to change up her voice and stuff.
As someone who disagrees with that, I can rock with it. It doesn't bother me. Like I
But
get
it's
it.
honestly not just Aloy; it's every character. I feel like
Yeah,
I think
yeah,
all
yeah, I
the
was-
characters have like one like sort of voice inflection, and they don't really.
I mean, that was a
Like-
complaint in the first game. I remember that being a.
I feel like.
I think
Well, I mean,
people
I'm playing
talk
Forbidden
about-
West. To me,
Yeah.
I don't.
Did
I don't
you?
feel
I
like-
asked you this. I don't know.
the only, I can
Is
name
there
two
the
character
option?
names.
Is there the option? Did you look to see if there was the option to have her, like, speak less so she's not?
I did look. I didn't see that. I don't see that. I didn't,
Maybe
I
that,
legit
like I
didn't.
said, maybe they took it out. but
I think there's only you could turn off the volume of the voices and stuff. And honestly, it's gonna sound funny, but I actually find it impressive how much they wrote for her. But at the same time, because she's bland, I think it would almost be. I would give her more of a personality if she was a silent protagonist. Like if she was a silent protagonist, I feel like I would put more of a personality in my mind of her and be like, oh, she's more badass. So like if Link talked a lot and he was like bland, I would probably think less of Link in Breath of the Wild than what Link is in Breath of the Wild now. I don't know. But I know a lot of people love like the characters and stuff, but to me, I can only name Aloy and Fashav. Those are like the two.
Aloy's a little too like goody two shoe all the time. She doesn't really have like an angry side. She gets frustrated, but I'd like to see her be a little.
She's just kind of stoic.
Yeah.
No, I was gonna say she's not really good. She's. I mean, she definitely like she holds her own. She's like she
I get what you're saying though. She could definitely have more.
She doesn't have like literally the voice inflection doesn't really have any like. It's literally if she was talking like this all the time.
Like just instead of just like instead of sighing and like looking frustrated, just tell somebody, just shut up. I'll help you. Like just have some more.
Again, some sort of voice inflection. But again, that's not the actor's fault. That's the director's fault.
It might be just the writing, but could be.
It's the writing, yeah.
The writing and how they want it done. Like
I shared this shot because
writing and directing. Yeah.
Yeah.
This is another example of the reward was just finding this black, like dark area where it was completely blacked out.
I mean, come on, look at this. This shit's badass. Like it's like let's go.
Shooting in, they're shooting light, the realistic lighting. I don't care. I couldn't even tell you what you got in here. I don't care. Just finding it.
Thinking it was cool as shit in there.
And clearing it out. I think there was a shrine in there. I think you did the shrine, then it lit up afterwards.
Yeah.
Or Tears of the Kingdom, it was lit up. This area, which I thought that was cool. You could actually explore it in the daytime. But
how about there's a whole like maze like area in the world that you could go. That shit looks so cool. You're like, yo, is this a maze in the world?
It's like Tron.
What's going on? Yeah.
Seriously.
Like this was the reward for me, like finding this area, So
yeah,
that's. But I want to talk about that game to your. Well, it looks like your left. I don't know if it's your left or your right. I think it's your left. So I watch they talk about different opinions, games hit. I never once for 1 second played Fatal Frame and thought, man, I'm doing the same thing over. I'm going up the mountain again.
I'm amazed that you didn't think about that.
I got 40, I forget how many hours, over 40 to 50 hours in that game, plus 5 hours in the demo.
What did you do? Did you replay the game again?
I don't know if I started over or just get.
You had to. I mean, the game's not like you'd have to really like. I don't know what you have to.
I know. With the costumes and stuff, I think that came late. I might have played it a second time once you get the costumes unlocked.
Because I don't know how you can even stretch.
I wanted to get all the different endings and.
But to be fair, that final chapter is like 3 hours. So if you play,
didn't remember thinking. I remember other games where I was like, yeah, you allow some time for that ending. Like Tears of the Kingdom, allow a couple hours if you're gonna go do the end. Go do the end sequence. Give yourself a couple hours. I don't remember.
So you didn't realize that you. I mean, again, you do in the final chapter. You do the same thing twice in a row, and you're like, yo.
Never once did it bother me because I loved every second, everything. I wanted it. Like I said, I was going through the areas again once I got the costumes unlocked. I was just redoing it. Like I just enjoyed it every second of the way. Though I wasn't scared anymore. The first time through some of those areas, that's as scary as a game could possibly be. Next to
really, would you say that's the scariest game you played? You personally think?
At times, like the first time through for sure. Like I would say Zombie U when you go into the daycare. That creeped me out, and then Silent Hill 2 had some pretty good stuff. But yeah, I generally found it scary. I never once was like, I can't believe I'm going through this area again. Like that was the whole idea. You got to go up the mountain each time, and you learn new stuff. And I just never even thought of it once. And it could be just the Wii U love phase for me. I don't know. I feel like I could start that game tonight and want to play through the whole game again. Like I just never felt the repetitiveness.
Well, I'd be curious if you tried it on a different platform. Would it, because again, like the Wii U gamepad to me is what makes that game
I know
at
I was
least
using the
somewhat
high damage film, getting the fatal frame shots, doing crazy damage. Did you encounter the tall lady in the woods? Just it's a random encounter. Or something?
Man, I don't know. I remember seeing it. I remember seeing like someone else, but I don't think I ever did. I don't think so. I
Yeah,
may have.
that
I
was
don't know.
creepy as fuck, man. This just 10 foot tall ghost. That's just you see her a couple times. And then I'd replay it because I wanted to get
I mean,
the
I'm
shot.
surprised that you see her a couple times.
And I don't know, man. Let's see where my Wii U. Do I have?
I just look. I was enjoying it, then just halfway through, I'm like, oh,
Yeah, it never hit. Like when you were talking, I was like, "Are you kidding me?" I never even thought that. Like, I guess I mean you're saying it's true what you're saying. It's
Yeah.
not like you're
And again, I
making it
literally
up.
show that you go through the same exact routes as this, just different characters, sometimes the same, and you're like, oh man,
Just
no.
didn't bother me whatsoever. I guess it's my old saying: if you're really I mean, yeah, games can wear on you. I'm saying I know that's a thing, but if you just love a game, like I've Forbidden West, we're talking about it, the IGN review, you're not gonna beat it in 27 hours and
Yeah,
move
but
on.
my thing is this though. You could replay missions to play the same locations to enjoy it. If you're making a new mission, you're making a new mission for a reason, and not just to put the same thing again. At that point, that you're just
like I said,
just
it's factually
replay
true.
the game that you replay the mission you already enjoy.
Just didn't
that
bother me.
location.
And also, like, yeah, they have their base of operations, and they got to keep going up the mountain. I mean, it's just it was never even something that even remotely bugged me. So it was just surprising. That's why it's interesting hearing other people's.
For sure. Well, I was surprised because then I ended up, once I finished the video and everything and the script, I looked up stuff, and it was funny. I saw Nitro Ride, which obviously Nitro Ride, and he said almost the exact same thing that I wrote. And I was like, yo, that's crazy. Like we even said the same, like it's double the length, and I said that it should be 7 to 8 hours and not 15 to 16, and he said that it's double the length. It should be like, I'm like, yo, how did he write the same exact thing? So I'm like, that's crazy. That I was like, yo, that's insane.
I had to turn my Wii U on just to tell. I know it was 40 hours.
I don't even know how you'd have to.
Like I don't remember this area. You don't go in a bunch of times. I mean, maybe a couple.
You go there a few times, absolutely.
But not like.
I have a clip. I have a clip of this as Miyu in that same area.
It's not like you're going through that area 5-6 times like some of the main areas. I thought the final battle was awesome.
You want to know why? Because that's the beginning and the ending of missions. That either be a beginning of it. It's just all that is the train section. That's with the train and then you got the little area. I mean, there's nothing else there. It's just that area. But that's not something that if you replay it, I mean, that's a 1 second walk. It's not like it's anything else.
That's true.
So,
look at that date.
2015, man. Yo,
November.
11 years. Isn't that crazy?
It's crazy.
So, 11 years this year, but that's crazy.
Obviously, I don't know if I got her on my first attempt to the photograph. I think it counts just. But I was just like, I was enjoying taking photos. I love taking photos in games.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, what's this? Is this
What is it?
It looks like
Is that Child of Light? No, this is Typo Man.
No,
I think it's Typo
Man.
This is Typo Man.
That game. Oh,
Yeah, I see it
World. Look at Woolly World. That game looks great.
Oh, look at that. That looks great.
Hey there. Hello.
Zelda outfit. That's the Twilight Princess Zelda.
Twilight Princess. Yeah.
So yeah, I don't know if I replayed the whole
Just
game.
fitting for this game.
I feel like you had to have, man. Like I legit can't even comprehend how you could put in 50 hours into a game that's 16 hours. I don't even understand unless you replayed it.
I put 10 hours in on the demo, if you remember.
I think it was
What? That's right, you do. I don't even. What the hell? But
I still beat the goddamn game.
Sorry to the viewers. I can't scroll through photos without it. Like,
oh, they can't.
Bro,
so they're not seeing it.
I started playing this game again on Wii U. I have it on Switch, but I'm like, man.
Xenoblade
Chronicles X.
See if I got any more.
I was like, man, this game is so good, bro.
There's a whole lot of stuff in here. There's even a Tomb Raider, but
so much stuff I don't want to spend so much time getting again.
I mean, actually, you want to talk about great open worlds? Xenoblade Chronicles X is a fantastic.
X is fantastic.
It's a fantastic open world.
God, I got a lot of Breath of the Wild photos in here too. Jesus, this is just like Twitter photos I posted on Twitter and then saved to my old phone, and then I saved my backed up my phone, and that's the only place that I got Wii U stuff. That's the only way I had Wii U, because you post it direct to Twitter, and then I would just quickly save it to my phone. But yeah, it's just crazy, like to hear different different person's perspective.
For sure. I mean,
and
look,
it's like,
I was so disappointed that I didn't like it so much. Like, again, it's a Wii U game, right? So, in your soul as a Wii U lover, I'm like, I need this game to be so good. I could be like, oh yes, it's amazing. And I was so disappointed, man. I was so disappointed, and just yeah. I mean, like, I wish I really enjoyed it a lot. I really do.
I loved
If
every
it
second
again, if it
of
ended
it.
halfway, I would have been like, that was pretty good, man. That was really good. But
And you know me,
but,
like I usually find the longer a game is to be better. But with like Final Fantasy
Yeah.
VII remake, it's so notorious for the just like pointless missions, the squeezing through area, constantly having to slow down to climb stuff. It's like that to me felt like padding, but just never even once did I think playing Fatal Frame like, oh, I got to do this again. Like, it didn't even hit my brain.
Well, again, like I said, I'd be curious to see how you would like, because to me, like, the best part of that is the gamepad and having that, and so to play it out with a controller, especially imagine you played on Xbox with no motion controls at all. Like, I don't know, man. Like that just I would not like that at all. Like, but at least I think it's one of the best uses of the
Which game?
gamepad from Fatal Frame Made in Blackwater.
Oh, yeah.
Like I think that's one of the best cases of the Wii U gamepad, like showcases. Absolutely.
Forgot
Like
that's coming out. Other consoles.
it already came out.
Well, then
Did
they
it all
had
come out
Fatal
already?
Frame
Yeah, it came out a few years
4
ago.
or 2.
Did it?
Yeah, a few years ago, 2021.
The fuck?
Yeah,
How do I
man.
not remember
What's
that?
the most recent one that was coming? Was a remake?
They're making a remake of Fatal Frame 2.
I definitely want to
Which
play.
is-
it. But they
that's
re-released
what I'm thinking
4 as
about.
well, and I never picked
And then
that up.
4 they re-released also like last year.
Yeah, I'm thinking about the remake of 2. That's what I'm thinking about.
Yeah, Fatal Frame 2, the remake, which supposedly is everyone's favorite. That's like the high critically acclaimed one. So they're making a full blown remake of that one.
You better not
So-
try it though, because I'm gonna guess it's gonna be the same kind of formula where you're gonna be redoing. Maybe not. Maybe it's all
I don't know. Again, like literally, if it's the best one, it's the best rated one, and the lowest rated one is actually like Made in Blackwater, which I didn't know. But it's
Yeah, it's because it's on Wii U. That's why they's hating on that game. Hating.
Well, again, like but after I do that, I like to look up other people's things, and it doesn't seem like I'm in the minority, unfortunately, in terms of what I was saying. But it's again, like I would love, again, it's a Wii U game, so in my mind, I'm like, man, I want it to be another thing in the Wii U catalog that people, like, yo, check this shit out. But
So,
I think
unrelated, but since I'm here, so I printed this out. I love this, obviously, this fan art. I printed this out on like a glossy photo when I had a good photo printer, and I framed it, and it's been in my living room for years. And my sister, every year when she comes over for my birthday, she complains that I have some just or some random girl in a frame instead of like her or my family. I'm like, it's a paint. It's a
What?
digital painting. She's an artist. She painted the
Yeah.
Yoshi in my. It's a digital painting. It's like the first female like video game character. Maybe not the first, but first notable one, like female video game character. It's an amazing piece of artwork. It's an original. They didn't just copy something from like Nintendo themselves. Just took Samus and came up with a pose and made this awesome artwork. And every year, I think this year is the first year in probably 5 or 6 years she didn't comment on it. I mean, I think actually I might be wrong. I think she did find like right towards the end. Like, why? I'm just like, why does that bother her? It's art. She likes art, and I just never get it. And I saw this photo, and I just had to tell that story.
No, that doesn't make any sense.
It's
honestly.
I mean, it's really,
shit.
it's just really well done. Obviously, it's
well,
attractive,
I
but it's
I mean,
visually like the color palette's great, and it's a piece of art. I'm sorry.
I'll say my family will be disappointed if they think I'm
Oh.
gonna be putting photos of them up on my wall.
Yeah. I could put
I
this
don't
one
even
up.
got.
I could put this one up.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's I have.
Why you have?
See, I didn't
why
like
don't you
this one
have
as
us
much.
on the walls?
This is a cool one, but I don't like the green hair, and I don't like.
Well, that's the original.
I know. Just
the
didn't think it was
original
as
game.
visually
But-
as appealing for
But
like.
they only made it green because of the limitations.
This
That's
is
the
a
only
good,
reason they made
that's
her
a
hair
good
green.
fan art there.
That's funny.
It's like, yeah, people do art just because it's a digital art doesn't mean it didn't take talent. This is before AI. This is,
Yeah.
10 years ago or so. And
Yeah.
I never told that story, but it's just like
That's funny.
I told her what it was, and she just in one ear out the other. Like, why don't you have your niece and nephews? Like, why would I have my niece and nephews?
My niece and nephew. I don't want my niece and nephew on my damn wall. What you mean?
I mean, they're your kids.
Maybe when I'm 70, I was do that shit.
Yeah, be like, that sounds like some elderly says,
They're brats. I don't want to look at their.
Don't you like them?
They're at that age
Yeah.
where they're like in between kids and adults, in the ugly phase between having the cute child face to becoming adults, the awkward stage. Like,
The ugly phase, he said.
the awkward stage, I think most people call it, but
Yeah, I mean, like, I'm thinking, like, even, I mean, my mom just got, like, paintings and stuff. She don't got, like, actual, like, she might have a few.
my mom
photos.
doesn't have any pictures of me up at home at her house.
Exactly,
So,
why do you complain? Like,
no, I don't like taking
Well,
photos.
What an odd complaint to have. Oh.
yeah, like, super
Oh.
specific.
So more sharing here, but yeah, this is kind of what we were kind of comparing these two games. Like, this was
Bam.
just this guy came up. It looked like just part of the ruins. Looked like a statue in the grass, and you walk up to him, and he starts standing up. It was an epic ass, unexpected moment, and then like this, seeing this guy for the first time. This to me, this is a good open world. Where the rewards
Yeah, I mean, that's just
like this area. Me and Clocked It to this day still talk about, and I saw a video a guy made, and he talked about this area. This just is unassuming. I think maybe the previous photo. I have a photo somewhere. There's just a little thing above ground. I probably won't find it. And there's an elevator in it, and then it's like a 1-minute ride down in this huge subterranean area, like the depths, but way cooler. Way visually cooler.
I was gonna say, I don't
And,
know go down there then.
And most people probably never even found it. I'm not sure if it's mandatory for the game, for the main story. I can't remember. There might be an area, but I was like, what the hell did I just find? Like some of these shots, I'm not sure what really. It's just probably the cool setting. Here's a castle. These aren't going to be in order. I wish they were. That's very Bayonetta. There's a castle. I told this story. I was stuck in this castle. I was stuck in the boss. And so I headed south. And I'll just find the photo I'm looking for instead of scrolling. So I headed south. I'm like, what else can I do? Of course, it was like 4 photos later. And all of a sudden in the distance, I'll just share 2 more and then we'll be done. In the distance, this structure was appearing. Obviously, this was when I got a little bit closer, and I'm like, "What the hell is this?" I get closer, and it's a pretty big castle. And then, got inside. There's a resting point, and it's just a really tough section. This is outside the entrance, and it was just like, that's not it anymore. But I just went on this journey, and I found, like, as I'm riding my horse, I'm like, "Oh, that's cool. What's that?" And I was like, "Oh, that's a castle." I'm just finding it organically because I was stuck where I was, so I was like, I'm gonna head south. And it's just like, yeah, anytime you kill bosses, you get a lot of whatever the souls, whatever they call it. In each game it's different. Obviously Dark Souls, they're called souls. In Bloodborne they're called like something blood, not blood vials, blood echoes. That's what you level up with. That's your main reason for killing enemies, killing bosses, then you can level up your character. But it's just a lot of the reward is just these new areas. Some are optional, some are mandatory, and it's just like that. A good open world game should be a good chunk of the reward is just getting somewhere new and exploring. To me, that's what it is. So it's not like the chest, like the loot box, like those games where it's all about the loot.
They say it's the journey, not the destination.
Yeah, and in life, a lot of times for me, it is the destination. Like, that's why I don't mind flying. I just want to get to the place. Like I don't need the journey. I don't need to drive 20 hours. I just want to get to.
Well, I don't mean. I guess not that type of journey.
Yeah.
I mean, like the journey is the castle, and then not the final item. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So like I would say the journey to like if you go to Japan is still like everything else, not just the minor like.
Yeah, getting to Japan is one thing, but being there and exploring.
No, that's a pain in the ass. That is not fun. That's not fun.
I bet.
Say stuff like that kind of happens in Juice's favorite game, Darksiders 2, where you stumble upon real cool things. I actually stumbled upon something that I should have known. I felt like I should have known, but maybe I did and forgot. Is that who's in that game? Is it Death in Darksiders 2? It's the four brothers. The apocalypse.
I mean, that's what Retro said all the time. It's just death, so I would assume.
I think it's death. Yeah. Yeah, it's death. That the voice actor for Death. Oh my God, what's his name? He's the villain in The Crow. What's his name?
Oh, the main
Top Dollar.
The main
Top
bad guy.
Dollar in The Crow. Yeah.
I don't know. I never heard it.
Duh. Hold on, Top Dollar. Crow.
I never actually looked up his name because they never say it. He's just the head guy.
Michael Wincott. And I'm like, how did I not remember that or know that? Of course, that's Michael Wincott's voice. It's one of the most like standout things about him is his voice. And I'm like, oh yeah, duh.
I think we broke her.
I think we broke her. Such a good movie.
Such pretty eyes.
She pulls the fucking knife to him. I'm like,
Then they put him in a thing and fry him, and then he blows it out with cocaine and snorts the smoke from the eyeballs.
This movie's so
what the
up.
hell? Yeah. So anyway, I'm just kind of rambling here. I didn't mind Darksiders 2. It's fine. It's just I feel like if I had played it initially when it first came out, I probably would have liked it a lot more. At times I struggled with cause so into the was it that year I played the Elden Ring, Bloodborne, and Demon Souls, and then in Darksiders it's the triggers dodge or something, and I'm I'm not gonna get used to this. I need R2 to be your heavy attack, R1 to be your light attack, not your dodge. I struggle with that I don't know if I ever got over it. That's probably the main reason I just had stopped playing. But then the other games, I can easily use X and Y for the attacks. I don't know. It's just the dodge being on the trigger that messed me up. If that's what it was, I'm pretty sure that's what it was. But maybe one day I'll finish it. But it's been more than a year. It's been more than a year since I touched it.
And the Elden, I don't know if it's Elden Ring, but the Dark Souls type.
I got to the point where I got put in some other realm, I want to say, after fighting some big boss, and then I did a tower, and I was making decent progress, and then I just whatever else I picked up, I started playing, and I just never went back. It's just some some games though, I've taken breaks.
Yeah,
I took breaks from Silksong and came back and loved it, but other times, I remember one of the years it was Control and Gears 5, I want to say, and I was like, all right, I'm gonna play the hour of each game. I want to say it was those two, maybe whatever year Control came out.
I think it was. That sounds familiar.
I was like, I'm gonna play an hour of each game. Yeah, because I bought Gears physically for $5. Maybe it was like $8. I sold it with my Xbox One, but I was like, I'm gonna play an hour of each. Whichever one grips me, I'm gonna finish for the end of the year to have as towards my game of the year. And I played an hour of Gears 5. Well, it was probably like 2 hours. And I was like trying to convince myself to keep playing. I was like, all right, I'm gonna play Control. Like within 20 minutes, I was like, yeah, I'm playing Control. Like it just hooked me immediately. Like the setting, the atmosphere.
Yeah,
It's
that's how it is when it's a game that you feel to your core, like it just instantly hits with you a lot of times, you know.
And
And
even
that was
like
Control for you. You loved Control. I mean, that was the one that you loved, you know.
and Clocked It and Retro both were like 7 out of 10s, you know, like. And it's not like I thought everyone's gonna love it, but I was surprised. I was like, this is the most.
Control.
This is like the most Metroid Prime style game, like as far as the design, the core design of the game, the map. It's kind of tells you where you are, but doesn't tell you how to get anywhere. I'm like, man, I just feel like I'm playing Metroid Prime with like the X-Files on top of it, you know, like the core ideas of Prime, but with like X-Files. And I was just like, man, I loved watching the X-Files back in the day. I read every document in Control. All these, some of the, maybe I didn't read everyone. I didn't find everyone, but everyone I found, I read the whole thing. And it's just like, I was just all in. I wasn't expecting that, to be honest. I had no real anticipation for the game. Forgot it even existed until the Game of the Year nomination. I was like, oh wait, yeah, that's right. That game, we kind of I mocked that game when I first showed it. But it's just,
Hey, one year, I'll have an episode of that game.
well, because that didn't make your backlog that I know of.
It did make my back. It's
Okay.
on my back.
Initially, I
I'm
don't.
saying it is. It will be an episode one day.
It didn't make your playing. It was right on the cusp of I'm
It
gonna
was
play
right on
all
the
these
cusp.
games.
I
and-
started 2020. I started 2020.
Oh,
and now
did
it's
you?
2019. Yeah. So when I started doing that, was like, okay, I'm gonna start playing all my games. That was 2020.
But I don't like. I feel like
You know, it is what it is.
I was aware with that game and Immortals. I loved it, but I had made multiple videos of Immortals saying like I don't think everybody's gonna love this game, but I'm really into this game, and I
sure.
live streamed it and stuff. And I remember watching Terrell. He was just like, oh, I don't really like puzzles and in games, and I'm like, man, that's like the best thing about this game is some of the clever puzzles once you have all the abilities later on, especially the DLC. There's some clever freaking, like, you really have to think, and then he's just like annoyed that he's got to do puzzles, and I'm like, yeah.
Well, I saw. So the
Maybe
first
he
part
got
that he
used.
did-
Maybe later
They
on.
they were shitting on that.
Those
game
dudes were
immediately. I
shitting
was
on
like,
it
"Damn,
instantly."
Yo, relax. Hold on. Wait till the game starts.
They're like making fun of how it looks. I'm like, man, the game's stunning on PS5. I don't with HDR
Yeah,
especially.
it is a really good looking game.
You can't
That
shit.
is
Maybe
one
if
thing.
you don't care for the art style, like the character designs are a choice
Yeah, I
for
guess
sure.
like I can understand the character
But-
design, but I think the world itself is.
That's
very
another one I have a bunch of photos of. It's stunning. So anyway, some games just click for people, like Starfield with T.
Good. Yeah,
Click for you.
it's Starfield with T. You know, Starfield. That was
Tears of the
huge.
Kingdom
game.
with Retro Desk.
Still
Click.
play the show.
You know, some people like Wind Waker.
Starlink.
Some people
for
like
Retro
yeah.
Death.
Some people Wind Waker was just like that's their Zelda game. That's their favorite Zelda game. I liked it, but it, you know, it's just
I mean, hey, for me, I mean, well,
It was for me for a while.
You know what?
And
I've
then
never
I
actually
just
thought
kinda
about.
slid back into my ocarina.
Well, for me, it's always like Breath of the Wild, Tears, but at the same time, I've never thought about Ocarina versus Wind Waker, which one I prefer.
Mm.
Never thought about that. I don't know if I want to even think about that. Yes, I don't know. That's a tough choice for me. That's a very tough choice, to be honest with you. I don't know.
Yeah, that art style is not to be fucked with. It's just
Yeah,
fucking
I
beautiful.
mean that's crazy. But it's just
The
such a
animation.
fantastic. You feel like you're on an adventure, both of them.
Yeah.
That's tough. Yeah, I actually, I don't even
just-
know what is my third favorite Zelda game.
I just
Dang.
remember the first time hopping on the King of the Red Lions and just that music playing, dun, dun, dun,
Aw,
dun, 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 dun,
so
like
good.
that shit
hmm
was so good to me, bro. Like that was
Dude,
like,
tell
this
me
is
this
different.
game
This is
looked.
different.
Those dudes were saying this game looked ugly. Look at this shit. That's fucking. This is
It's a great looking game. Yeah, it's
Obviously,
really
without HDR,
Ugly.
this game's
Why you?
fucking
Why
gorgeous.
who thinks they look ugly? I missed something.
Terrell's live stream, the guys were just shitting
Terrell
on it.
and,
This game just looks
the-
horrible. This game looks hideous. Like,
What?
I'm like, this is PS4. This isn't even PS5 version, which looks freaking stunning, 60 FPS. Like, this is a great looking
This is
game.
a very good looking game. I don't.
Yeah.
Like, look at that.
Like, I
That's
can
like-
understand like the character models, like if it's not.
Yeah,
up
they're
your
a little
alley,
Yeah,
bit-
maybe don't. Yeah,
They're-
I can
it's
give
a
you
choice
that. I'll
for
give you that.
sure. It's a different kind
But like the
world and the-
world itself is very cool
Nah.
looking,
and it's very Breath of the Wild. There's a lot of stuff
and
in
it's
the distance.
game I
interesting.
gotta
Like again,
finish.
it's more interesting. Like I'm looking out, and I'm like, oh, I would check that place out.
Yeah, what's
I'd go
going on
there.
over
The
there with
biggest-
the lightning striking the top?
I will
of the-
say the
wanna see
the
that.
mountain turned to be a bit disappointing because it's like kind of a separate area, and then it's like
That's right.
you're
yeah, that's
you're
right. Yeah,
you're
yeah.
you're hit with this. It's freezing and everything's damaging you, and it was like
Yep, that's right. That's right. Yeah,
Um,
But that happens in Breath of the Wild as well.
yeah, but just this
But this
game.
did feel more like a little more secluded. Like it was like
Yeah, I'm sure it still didn't.
And
touch
actually,
Breath of the Wild, but
I think the combat, honestly, I mean, it's debatable, but I think the combat is better in Immortals than Breath of the Wild. It's more action. It's more like the original God of War style combat. It's like a Hades, like a combo system with special moves and
enemy
stuff.
variations. Oh.
You know, like, but stunning game. But not
Did
for
you
everybody.
know that the original Legend of Zelda has more different enemies than Tears of the Kingdom has? Oh,
yeah.
that's a fact. That is a fact. It doesn't sound like it, but that is a fact. I couldn't believe it
about
when
the-
I.
Hey, but then how about for Breath of the Wild? How's that work?
Tears has more than Breath of the Wild, doesn't it? Oh,
Yeah, it has more than both of them.
Oh, is that
The
what you're
original-
saying? That
Yeah.
the original Legend
But
of Zelda
Tears
has
doesn't
more
have
than Breath of the
Lionels,
Wild?
though.
Has more different enemy types than Breath of the
Than Breath
Wild or
of the
Tears of
Wild?
the Kingdom. Yeah.
Damn, I'm
Wow.
looking at these Immortals photos now. I want to play the game again.
I would have never thought about that, to be honest with you.
I had never thought of it either, and then I saw the breakdown. I was like, "Holy shit!"
Hmm.
The original Legend of Zelda has more enemy types. That's crazy.
Oh, 12 feet, man, dude. I don't know what makes you happy in life, but he's getting tired of cell shading. I could say like certain art styles,
Why?
pixel
It's
art,
not like it's used so much.
pixel
Well,
art.
even cell shaded, like there's different types of cell shaded. Like people aren't
Right.
like there's not like I don't look at like Wind Waker and Breath of the Wild like
Yeah, those are
Yeah,
completely
Yeah, I
different.
don't look at Breath of the Wild as cell shaded. I see Wind Waker as more cell shaded than.
Well, Borderlands,
more-
like that's a cell shaded mixed with some
yeah they call
realistic
obviously
texture.
Borderlands don't look like Wind Waker. Like,
Yeah.
come on, that's not even
Right.
close.
It's a form of cell shading, but it's not like
It's
all.
not like that game. What was it called? Cell Fury or some
Dead
shit?
Cells?
No, there was like I think it was like original Xbox game called Cell Therapy, something like that. Some kind of weird action game. I can't remember the name.
What
of it.
was the first
Uh,
cell shaded game? Wasn't Wind Waker, was it?
I don't know.
Mm-mm.
I'm not sure.
I mean, you wouldn't count. No, that wouldn't count. I was gonna say like the Dragon.
It'd have to be
Layer
a
shit,
3D
that's not
game,
really-
wouldn't it? Or no?
I'm gonna look it up first. Cell shaded
I was looking at-
video game is Jet Set Radio.
Yeah, that's what it's yeah.
What?
Comedy use of cell shading was Jet Set Radio.
Huh? That's Dreamcast, so
Wow.
Cockpit
guess that,
probably
yeah.
knew that before we
Yeah.
before we
He's
said
like,
it.
yeah, he's yelling.
Interesting,
He's
I'm
yelling
seeing-
at the
I'm
screen.
seeing on Wikipedia, if you go by release, they also have a list Fear Effect. What did you think about that?
Yeah, Fear Effect. That's 2002, which came out first. That's the question. I love Fear Effect. That's my fucking game right there.
Anyway,
My
let's
favorite fucking game.
let's wrap this up and
Yeah,
Let's end it on a good note here. I just want to
yeah.
introduce this. Okay, so I watched the video with the 91-year-old gamer lady who loves Zelda,
Oh, yeah.
and she came up and she was going through her stuff, and one of the things she brought up was the final issue of Nintendo Power, and I was like, I didn't feel like I have that, and I remember looking for it, and I was upset that I couldn't find it. So sitting here, I just look over, and on top of my DK bongos was the final issue
Nintendo.
of Nintendo
Nice.
Power, and it don't count unless you got the thank you letter Gotta have a thank you for subscribing letter, and also the this bad boy right here that shows you every issue. The
That's
poster,
cool.
the poster that has
They
every
all fit on that, huh?
freaking. Yeah, it's crazy.
Yeah, that's crazy.
I just thought that was cool, and apparently this is somewhat expensive now. I didn't think about it at all, but it's. I mean, it is the final issue of Nintendo
sense.
Power, so I'm sure it would go up in
So,
price at some point.
going
But
to what you were just saying, T, here is all the enemy
Oh.
types. This is not a,
Oh.
this is a
Oh.
reprint. So each page has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 2, 4,
Mhm.
6, or each half. There is a lot,
there's a lot.
because the dungeons had a bunch of enemies. I don't know if that counts
Bunch of-
bosses. This manual is pretty much required reading, though. Like,
Yeah.
it tells you a lot. And if you leave the game on the main menu, it shows you all the items that are in the game. And then
Mhm.
look at this. They have a map of the game. Well, not the entire, but, you know, they give you a good start. So in the Wilson video, that he said that, yeah, he probably should have thought about that. Also, I just wanted to show this because I haven't looked at it in a while.
Think of beauty.
This is an original. There are some flaws to it, but I'm so happy I got this for $25 in this case, just this, and then I bought the repo box and stuff. But I never thought I was gonna find a decent condition original Zelda Gold, and I took the cartridge apart very carefully to verify it was a real game in there. And I couldn't believe $25 all these years, 40 years later, and I kind of feel bad
It's
that
not like
only
it's a
worth
rare.
It's not super rare, but in good condition.
No,
like
I was
this?
thinking. Well, the condition is fantastic. What I was thinking about was like, it's hard to fake that because of the material that they made the game
Yeah.
with. That gold, that's not something you can easily duplicate. So you can usually tell just by looking at the shell of the game if it's a repro or not. If you know the difference in the original game and how I don't know if it's not really paint. It's kind of paint, but it's not. I don't know. That's why that gold
and
holds
it's
up
black
so well, 'cause
underneath. The cart's
It's black underneath, right? And that's another thing that would be hard to duplicate.
This
I
repo
think.
box definitely they didn't recapture the gold.
No.
This is just like a
No.
color gold, doesn't have any like sparkle to it or anything.
Yeah.
But all right. With that being said, we'll call it a night, and we'll be back next time. So thanks for watching, and see you next week.
Peace.
I almost ended the Discord call instead of the stream.
Oh no.